What's up, guys? This your boy James, aka Six8Jay, coming to you on this Friday evening. And I'm sitting here with some of the most bullish, legendary brothers on planet Earth. I got my man Mike O in the house. What's up, Mike?
I'm chilling. I'm just here having a good time, and I appreciate being here.
Absolutely. I got my man Crypto Tails. What's up, Tails?
Yo, what's good with it?
My brother, appreciate you in a big way. And then Mr. Hercules himself, my man Pots and Pans, Chris Moore in the house. What's up, Chris?
What's up, brother? Can y'all hear me all right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
good.
Hey, man, it's good to see all y'all. It's good to
see
look
like you just got at the gym, brother, out there pounding those weights out or something.
Man, no, it's been a while. It's been a while. You know, we just got a new place, just moved, so I haven't touched any weights in about 3 weeks or so as we've been moving everything around in here. So.
Oh man, okay, we got to catch up on that, and then my man Crypto Navigator, the one and only. What's up, my brother?
Doing very well, my friend. Lots of interesting news in the last 24 hours. We got lots of. Oh man, this is good.
Man, we got an open mic today,
but we got a lot of optimism as well. So
facts.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, we absolutely appreciate you, and you guys make sure you check out Crypto Tails on his YouTube and X, Navigator on his X and YouTube, Mike O on his X, and Chris Moore. I believe he has something going on with YouTube and other social media platforms. So we also have K-HUD that'll be jumping in while we're live. And so today's going to be open mic, guys. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything. First of all, let me just say how much I appreciate everybody being here in the stream today. Right now, we got Ness Force in the house. What's up, Ness Force? Silver Days in the house. Always one away. Nina Blossom, Rye Guy. Huh? Sexiest family on planet Earth. EARF. Let's keep it going, guys. Hey, so what we're going to do is we're just going to jump into a topic, have a little fun with it. And we'll start, and it's going to be open mic. Anybody take it away? Matter of fact, I'm going to let you guys just kind of go around and have some fun with the topics because I need to make sure I post this out to everyone. So we're going to start off with the SEC obviously filing the Form C, which is continuing on with the appeal that they filed against Ripple and XRP. And the thing that's very interesting, I'll bring up some things if needed, that it seems like everyone's kind of happy, which is kind of weird in a very crazy way. When you look at, let's say, I listened to Jeremy Hogan, I listened to Metal Lawman today on Ab's show, which is Good Morning Crypto. I listened to Fred Repulsey, and everyone's is ecstatic about what they actually filed their appeal about, which is, obviously Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, their distribution of XRP to, whether it's personal individuals or advertising, whatever the case may be. They did not, however, go after XRP as being a security. That in and of itself is the law of the land. And the fact that they didn't go after disgorgement, which is huge, which Metal Man said that would have been, something that maybe they would have had an even fairer chance because the Second Circuit is kind of 50-50 on that. So the fact that they didn't go after the main things and what they went after, everyone across the board has said is really asinine, it's stupid, and this should be over as soon as it hits the deal, meaning that there's very little, their percentages went down to almost a mustard seed of having any kind of hope with this. So I want you guys, anybody to just pick it up. I'm going to go ahead. And if you're on the stream, by the way, if you're here right now, what's up, Mr. J in the house, Nina Blossom, Luca XRP, Laurette, if anybody wants to join us, make sure you DM me on X and I will send you the link. Shouts out to my beautiful queen, Jeanette. So you can send me a DM on X if you want to jump on. I think we got room for how many people, Navigator?
10. You get 10 people.
Okay, so anybody wants to jump in and talk the talk, let us know. But with that being said, I'm going to open it up. Anybody take it away while I'm sitting out here putting this out to everyone. So go ahead.
If nobody wants to go first, I will. I'm just absolutely surprised how they're able to appeal. The judge is ultimately going to have to decide whether their, full crap that they come up with is going to be meritable. There's nobody harmed in this case. They've already established the law of the land that XRP is not a security. So what are you moving forward with exactly?
Right.
What is your merit for moving forward? Now, also when moving forward with something in this particular case, you have to have some law to back it up. There is no law There is no regulations.
Right.
Their actual counterparty that is working with the SEC, the other chair, essentially, the part chair, is telling them a complete opposite story. So there's too many variables in this. Now, I could see exactly what it is. It's a stall tactic, in my opinion.
Right. Right.
Kick the can down as long as you possibly can before you have to make a decision. And that's where we're at right now. That's the only move that they have left. Now we have another 7 more days before Ripple has to make, their final, remarks. And at that point, the judge makes a decision, and then now after they do make a decision, let's say whatever this decision is, whether move forward or not, we still have time after whatever decision's made before these institutions are going to be able to unlock this money. So it's just a major stall tactic. But I will tell you this, the rest of the world isn't waiting to get on board with this technology. You're witnessing them embrace this technology all over the world. So I'm a little surprised, but not surprised at the same time. I'll kind of say it like that.
Right. And before anyone else takes it, I'll say this too, to add on to what you said. They actually missed their deadline. That's what's so jacked up. Like they had everyone was so dumbfounded because they're like, wait a minute, let's count the days. And then when you listen to Meta Lawman on Good Morning Crypto, he goes, no, if you look at it, he goes, look, in the law, in the way that things work legally, they said there's words like submit, filed, that means something in the world of lawyers. So when you saw, and he actually put up on Av's show, he says, when you see filed on the 2nd, is actually 14 days after that, which would have been the 16th. He goes, so however they want to interpret that, he goes, but what it shows on the bottom, it says, if you don't meet the deadline, we may dismiss your case. He goes, the key word is may. And when you're talking about a government agency like the SEC, they don't really play by the laws of the land. So you guys go ahead.
Well,
Yeah,
man, the SEC, bro. My bad. The SEC, bro. Like they're gonna wait until the shot clock expires. They're gonna wait until there's no more time left, and then they're gonna do what they have to do. This is what I think, right? Like, you really want to take this to trial after you see what's about to come out with XRP Unleashed and everything else that the SEC has done. Like, you don't really want this information to come to light to another jury, another judge, anywhere. So it's definitely a stall tactic. I don't see it being something that they actually follow through with. And if Trump or another administration comes in, that's going to change, everybody's position day one. It's not even going to matter anyway. So that's what it really comes down to. It's definitely a stall tactic. They're trying to shake people out last minute because they know, like, the way BRICS is moving, the way the monetary system's moving, the way, the Fed cutting interest rates, we know that they're going to hand whoever the next president is a messed up economy. And basically from there, like, where are we going to go? So I think, it's just in time, bro.
Yeah, no, I want to add something to that because something you just said, and I want everybody else to kind of jump in as well. But I told Chris and Maya from Fruition Productions, who's actually creating the stock, we've been talking almost every day lately about the movie premiere, about certain things that are going on. Maya's been talking to my wife as well. So we got all this stuff going on as far as where we're going to be at, what's happening, all those type of things. But Brooke is in the house. What's up, Brooke? Odyssey, that's my sister right there. What's up, little sis? So here's the crazy thing. Marvin Davis in the house. Appreciate you guys being here. Now, if anybody wants to jump in, Brooke or anyone else, send me a DM on X, and I will send you the link to join us. So if any of you guys have any opinions on politics, Trump, the SEC, or anyone wants to jump in, DM me on X. I'm looking at my X right now. I will send you a link and you can jump in this open discussion is what it is. Okay. So with that being said, I told Chris and Maya, I said, I think this is perfect, guys. And by the way, if you guys don't know, Brooke Odyssey is actually one of the people in XRP Unleashed. But one of the things that I told them is I think it's perfect because if the appeal would have ended, great. Now you've got XRP Unleashed coming, and now you can hear about it and everything that's going on from a legal aspect, the corruption, all that after there's no more fight. But the fact that they actually appealed, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it actually kind of helps XRP Unleashed in many ways, Fruition Production, because it drags this crap out. It's so ridiculous. And what they appeal on is really just garbage. I mean, out of all the things they could have appealed, every law person I've heard of from, again, Jeremy Hogan, Fred Repulsey, Meta Lawman, which is James, all these guys are saying the same thing. Like, if you were going to appeal, why waste it on the crap that you're talking about now? So I think it's phenomenal because as XRP Unleashed starts dropping through all these theaters and all these streaming platforms, now you've got this crime documentary along with the actual crime that's continuing, and I think that's dope. Go ahead.
Another thing, I just want to say something real quick. I don't mean to cut you off, buddy. I'm ADD. I got to just stall now. Really, the stall tactic could be what we got 19 days left before we have a new president. Realistically, this is the amount of time that you need. Once we have a decision on who the next administration moving forward will be, we already know what the outcome is going to be if we have the right candidate in there. I'll say it like that. For no strikes on your whatever. We get the right candidate in there. We know where this is going. It's automatic. The government is not going to be able to pull the wool over the American people's eyes and the rest of the world.
That's right.
Regulations will be forced. It's going to happen eventually. It's going to be forced because European Union and everybody else has already got on board. The Saudis, the big money in the world has gotten on board. People need to wake up and realize that this is going to happen, whether it's now, 6 months from now, 2-3 years from now. It's going to happen. Right. So getting in early, it sucks. You got to wait. And it sucks for me. I'm not in a position where I can just, live for the next 2 years and accumulate a bunch of XRP. But, for those that have money and can sit on the sideline, this is a great opportunity for this little extra time we got to accumulate. So sorry, Chris, man. Go ahead, buddy. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, you're good, brother. You're preaching the gospel. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I'd say like, hey, we've seen this before, but it's, we haven't, but we have. Like you're talking about Trump even, right? Look at the situation that he's going through, right? So we have something that is past this time that would be considered a misdemeanor that's now being upgraded to a felony so it can be pursued again. It's something that nobody has gotten in trouble with to this degree.
Right.
Nobody's gotten multiple misdemeanors for it, but he can get 34 felonies for it. And it's people do crazy stuff for the first time out of fear, right?
Right.
So that's what's happening with this. That's what's happening with him. It's, let's throw a bunch of crap on him, see what works, what sticks. We're stalling, whatever we can do. That's the same thing here. Serves a couple of different purposes. For one, that fear works with people that know less. So now they're scared to do things and get things, I know I shouldn't do this or what. Now the same people that are trying to stall are investing and everything else. It's been proven so many different times. And this is like nothing else. Once they let this go, there's nothing else they can do. So they're just trying to stall till they can bring the cows home because, like you said, if the wrong person gets in there, then the stalling will work because then they can carry it through. They can grab the baton and run to the damn finish line, right? But in part of my language. But if the right person gets in there, boom, this stuff is going to disappear.
Absolutely.
So what are they? They're doing the only thing they can do because they're because of what they're trying to do. That doesn't make any sense. But I think y'all get where I'm coming from,
Absolutely.
right? They're just throwing everything at it, right? Like everything when it comes to legal stuff, it is everything's about loopholes, right? Like they got the IRS, the book for taxes and everything else. It's only a book for the loopholes of how to get around things, right? Everything is that way. And legal, I've seen some stuff pulled out the hat that is like, what the crap is that? That doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't common sense wise. But how much stuff is going on right now that makes any damn sense at all? If that was the case, people wouldn't say, oh, well, we're the party of common sense.
Right.
Man, I don't know. Like,
it's clown world, bro, for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we're participating in the clown world. So we got to see how they're doing and predict the craziness. But they're gonna stop stalling in a minute so we can start balling, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Hey, that's a bar right there.
Stall, you got to put that in the next song. You know, it's funny because I see something here, and I want to give Mike Owen and Tails the opportunity to jump in on that before I go to another subject. And obviously, I think I got Brooke that might be jumping in, and K-Hud. So Brooke just set me a
You
message
can
here.
copy the string and put it into the chat, James. That helps out anybody that wants to jump in if they're trying to like go through the DM channel.
I rather them DM because then that way I can see who it is, Navigator, because I've done that before and I've had idiots jump in and I don't want that at all. So I try to control everything by DMing.
I hear you. No, that's a good plan,
I just sent the link to Brooke and I just sent the link to Johnny Crypto.
DJ Jazzy Sean, if you got his, he's wanting the link too.
Okay, yeah, just have them DM me. I don't know if I have it, but you can send them yours though.
On my phone.
Yo, shout out to Josh, aka Matt
Kitten,
Kitten, for the 16-month membership, man. What's up?
So we'll have a couple more people jump on. Now, this is something very interesting because I see that Lorette said, I believe Hester Pierce will come in and clean up the SEC or it's right here, or at least get rid of some of the bad actors. Now, this is very interesting. Now, I don't know if you guys caught, we had, there's some things I could show in regards to the debate between John Deaton and Elizabeth Warren. One of the things that I thought was very, very interesting, the very first day, and I'm trying to figure out if I can actually find this, John Deaton talked about, okay, we have somebody, this is DJ Jazzy coming in. What's up, Jazzy? How you doing?
Yo, what's up, man? I was looking forward to this show tonight. I've been listening in.
Yeah, no worries. So everything that Deaton brought up, like in the first part of the debate, it seems like Elizabeth Warren had something to say about it in the second part of the debate. And then in the second part of the debate, he roasted Elizabeth Warren and ridiculed Kamala Harris. And it's kind of funny because it seems like everything that John Deaton has said over the last couple of days is starting to kind of come into fruition. If anybody has a background noise, please, if you can mute it, because it's going to get a little distracting. But what I'm going to do is I want to show you guys this right here. Let me see if this is it here. I believe this is it here. So today, just here not too long ago, Kamala Harris comes out. And now, apparently, from what I understand, let's see if I can actually find it here. Let's see if I can actually find it right here. It says, breaking. Kamala Harris, an hour ago, team vetting candidates to replace Gary Gensler all of a sudden. And so this comes after John Deaton ridicules the SEC. And if you go over to, let me see, she actually named, from what I understand, they dropped a couple candidates, which is right here. So it says, Scoop, Vice President Kamala Harris looking at potential replacements for Gary Gensler. And here are the two candidates right here. So you can open this up and get into it. But it's just kind of funny how it seems like everything that Deaton is calling them out on, they're starting to, they're starting to pay attention. And to me, this is just more desperation on the SEC's part. Brooke, how you doing, sis?
I'm good. Can you hear me okay?
I can, loud and clear. So we had two new people come in. I know Mike and Tails haven't commented. So I'm gonna go back to the original question. Your thoughts, Brooke, and DJ Jazzy, on the fact that there was an appeal, but it seemed like if you've listened into Metal Lawman, if you listened into Jeremy Hogan, if you listened into the other gentleman was Fred Repulsey, all three attorneys said they were actually happy to see what the SEC actually filed the Form C on, which is just ridiculous that they didn't go after XRP in of itself as being a security, and they didn't go after the disgorgement. Instead, they're going after Chris and Brad, which they originally dropped. They actually dropped that, and now they're bringing it back up. And it just seems to me that it makes you wonder, did they drop it so they could have a reason to appeal, which is just ridiculous, and prolong this out? But I'm open up to you guys, anybody that has anything to add to that.
Well, can I just say, it's in my opinion, it's it's like you always say, Jay. It's not what we know; it's what we don't know. There's obviously a lot of things that we don't know about this appeal. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been so lax in doing it after the time had expired. Can you imagine being in a situation where you need to appeal something and you just say, I'll do it tomorrow, even though it's due today? That doesn't make any sense at all. So ultimately, I think that the truth is going to come out about what this appeal is actually about. And I don't know what side of the fence to be on. I don't know if everybody's in on it. It's just a big song and dance to prolong this long enough to get everything set up to where it could just do its natural course, or if we're actually in a dogfight here. But I think that we've all just developed thick skin towards it, and we're just rolling with the punches at this point. We just like, let's do whatever we got to do, because we know ultimately where this is going to end up. This is going to be a new financial system that we all can benefit from.
And I guess my question would also be, why back-to-back last minute for the appeal, last minute for this? I mean, I don't know. Anybody else? Brooke, anyone else have anything to say? Go ahead, Brooke.
Do you ever feel like they're trolling us?
It feels that way.
That's kind of what I'm saying. I mean, it's just, I think they all know where this is going and how it's going to end up. We might not know the exact outcome, but I think that they know more than we know at this point.
Well, going back to what Brooke says, and I want to give it back to Brooke. But Brooke, what you're saying is, they got X like we got X. They see all these people. I'm sure they know who the top influencers are and everything else. So they see the community getting all their energy up, even when we had 60 days for the appeal. And then everyone's, oh my God. And we're counting the days down, or like or the 16th. Literally, I think Mikkel and I think Zach Rector and a couple of, they were live counting down the clock. And so it's almost like they're doing this purpose, is what I feel.
Do you ever just go like, he's mad? Like
Yeah.
Well, that's the stalling aspect of it, right? If everything, for whatever the situation is, the most important thing to look at is, what is the reference of frame? Like, the reference of frame right now is time. So they're going to utilize as much time as they possibly can. And so last minute's the only way they're going to do anything.
Yeah.
And they're going to do, and they want to do the least. Go ahead, sir.
No, I was going to say, not to cut you off, I was just going to say, for me, it feels like, was it DAI says, all the world is a stage. And I think it's just to buy time to not be expeditious in the filing the appeal. And then when you file the appeal, you're talking about, oh, let's go back and revisit this whole Chris Larson and Brett Garlinghouse thing that they originally dropped, just to buy time, because somebody's not ready for this to jump off. Right. It's gonna happen. Everybody knows it, but it's just not time yet.
They're getting so close. So let me tell you, like, the information's like slowly leaking out. Like, we are so early.
Right.
Is what I'm saying. And Goldie. Stop.
Elaborate on that.
So right now, like, so I consider myself like a deep researcher.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the theories that I've had in questions, because I like to enter the space as a person that has more questions than I have answers.
Right.
And so, and I think that like a strength of mine is being able to like have an idea and like extrapolate it into the future. And so like I haven't like held firm to like any one idea. And it like hits multiple, like it hits macro and microeconomics, to be honest. But I will say, like, my macro overview has never been more confident than right now. And people who know, like, the information that has come out just recently about, we're talking like 4 years ago, I was talking about tokenization of everything. I was talking about the monetary system changing, like the frictions of money and the implications that has for the entire system. And if this is what I'm talking about, this is what we can expect. So I'm talking like macro, political economics, even like this touches like a bunch of different things. So I consider myself like, my take on this space is extremely, extremely unique. And I want to be very clear with that, because I consider myself a monetary historian,
right,
who happened upon the digital asset space and realized like, oh, this solves so many monetary, what we call frictions of money issues. And so I was like, if this is what is happening, this is what we can expect, like in the macro geopolitical sphere, which lends the like, so for me, it's been a very interesting discovery process. I'll say that because I am like mainstream trained.
right.
So I come from the legacy banking system. I know, like, I'm a historical, I consider myself like, I know the history of money. And so whenever Rosie Rios, who's the board of directors of Ripple, says this changes money,
Right.
Those words have so much weight to them. And as a monetary historian, instead of getting really defensive, I asked a question. I said, like, what does she mean by that? And so what I found was the entire global system is technically resetting. And I don't know how all of those dominoes play out, but what I research and what I study is the institutions, like the technology, the adoption curve, and who's adopting this technology. Because at the end of the day, all of this comes down to is the future of money and commerce and right. How assets and value is derived. And there are so many like use case like products and different use cases that are being built right now,
right.
That it's going to revolutionize an entire like market. It's going to be a completely separate like sector of an economy. And so that's very understated, I think, in the market. So that's kind of like how I take it, how I see it.
Right.
Basically. And so like with the SEC, you have to think like they have an invested interest in keeping the status quo. Because that is what the legacy system that has ruled the world up until now, that's how they have power.
Right.
But now that's shifting, and we see that through it's not just BRICS. That's one like aspect of this. But BRICS is something to follow. But the fact that the frictions of money has been solved through like digital assets and cryptocurrency and stable coins has massive implications for a geopolitical sphere and atmosphere. So.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, hearing what you're saying is right on point. And then it kind of brings up, you know, which is part of what you explained. Why is all this happening? I can't remember who it was that said, you know, out of all the, you know, if you're doing all this to XRP for almost 4 years, every other crypto should be going through something very similar, but they're not. And so you almost have to ask yourself why specifically XRP. I think we got background noise from somebody, but yeah, I'm gonna open up the floor on that before we move to the next question. Anything else on the appeal? Your thoughts, your feelings? We got a crazy. I don't know who's that. I need to mute there, but somebody, if you're not speaking, just mute yourself. How about that? Because I'm picking up a lot of background noise.
Okay, sorry, it might be me. Hold on.
Okay, so I want to open it up to anybody that wants to elaborate on what Graham Glam said and that subject before we go to the next subject.
Yeah, man, I agree with her when it's all about technology, and it's like you got to listen to what the words they say, right? Rosa Rios said she's working on the future of money. She left from working a government job to go work for a fintech company that's working on the future of money. So it's really listening what they're saying and taking in consideration of that concept. But the video you showed like previously was showing how they're trying to pick. Well, all of a sudden now they want somebody new in the SEC, which is going to be another puppet anyway. So really, there's no answer to what they're doing. It's just, like I said, it's a stall tactic, and that's basically what it is.
Yeah,
I believe it's their last ditch effort before the FTC finally takes over their due justice role, which they settled the case with XRP back in 2016 and 17.
yeah,
They already established the law. What the problem was, the regulators at the time did not stamp it in the United States Code. See, here's the break. I'm just going to tell you what the break really is. Any law cannot be enforced unless there's a code for that. Okay? So these regulators cannot bring these cases into trial and go all the way to trial because there's nothing in the code, there's nothing established. So until Congress actually puts crypto as a use case in the United States Code, it's never going to be 100% open. That's why the timeline has always been 2030 and or before. Okay, this is just a slow rollout because first we had to get the rest of the world involved because the United States created the technology. I think most of us here in the panel knows that. Okay, so we couldn't be first because then we would be the monopoly essentially, and America would just be establishing another world reserve currency. Okay,
yeah.
and this is my opinion. This is not financial advice. Don't take anything I'm saying as financial advice. So that being said, you had to let the rest of the world start utilizing the technology, make sure it was going to work. That's why MoneyGram did all the cross-border remittances for 13 years. On what chain? We all know it was XRP on Ripple. Then now XLM has it. We go and talk about why isn't any other company sued? Why isn't XLM being sued? Why isn't Chris Larson, the co-founder, why isn't he being sued on Stellar? Because the United States government is going to use XLM. The Fed Now dollar is going to run, in my opinion, lots of other people's opinion, on XLM, all retail. So what we're dealing with here is not only a stall tactic, they're not ready because look at what we're facing right now. The BRICS hasn't established their full alignment. What's coincidental is we are actually seeing the BRICS announce within the last week, they have their like almost world coin. Look at the market cap of crypto right now. What are some of the most amount of money that's in each market cap of those coins? WorldCoin is like one of the highest because the world is adopting these technologies. They're adopting the technology that have the most use case, and that's going to revolutionize this industry. That's why we're in the stall tactic, because these are going to disrupt currencies now, including our own currency. What happened if XRP flipped on tomorrow and it was fully wide utilized by every single bank in the entire world? And then XLM at the same time, because that would unleash both, in my opinion, the whole banking system as we know it, the whole fiat system as we know it would potentially shift and or collapse and be reset. We're not ready for the reset moment. What we're ready for is a slow adoption rate, 10%, 20%, 30% of these technologies moving that amount of money, and then a switch, in my opinion. This is what I'm seeing.
Let me go into this right here, which is bullish. It says U.S. elections are 19 days away, which I think is going to. So let me just kind of go with this, and I want to open it up to you guys. Obviously, a lot of people are concerned, probably less concerned with the appeal than they were initially before we knew what they were appealing. Now, again, based off of the lawyers that are in place and a lot of things that we're hearing, not everyone is as concerned because they're going after Larson and Brad and all those type of things, which is just ridiculous because now, being that they're not going after XRP in of itself as a security or the disgorgement and so forth, what it does, it puts us in a place, I think, as XRP investors, we can breathe more of a relief, should I say, knowing that that's not the case. Now, one of the things that really excited me is understanding that right now, Kamala Harris is doing some things that, and again, I'm not here to whether you're a Democrat or Republican, but Kamala Harris is doing some things right now that's destroying herself. And I don't think Obama's done anything to help that. I have so many people that want to debate, and this is one of those things that you're very scared. I wouldn't say scared, but I've always been leery talking about religion and politics because you're always going to rub somebody the wrong way. But when it comes to politics, based off the candidates that we have, and this is something I continuously say, there's only one logical choice, and it's not keeping the same administration that we've had prior to. Kamala can say all she wants to say, in my opinion, in regards to things are going to change, but you're keeping the same exact people around you. Joe Biden and herself has said most of the things that's happened in the last almost 4 years under the Biden administration, she was either a part of it or she led it. Those decisions. She led those decisions. So,
and she was asked specifically and directly, what would you do different? And she did say nothing comes to mind.
So that's a great point. And then, so here's what I was going to say, and I want to open up to you guys, is the election's 19 days away. Everyone's fixated on an appeal that doesn't have to exist. Now, if Kamala wins, we might be under the ringer of this corruption and stagnating Ripple's technology, which really hasn't stagnated anything because they continuously grow. They continue to forge these incredible partnerships and hire some of those brilliant people worldwide. However, if Trump wins, he's made it very clear. And Metal Law Man said something today that a lot of people, the president can't fire Gary Gensler. And Metal Law Man said, well, hold on, he actually can. And so this is why Kamala, the truth is starting to come out. If you guys pay attention, now she's saying, I'm looking for new candidates because she realized that's such a huge point, a huge pain point for this country, period, is what the SEC has done to American businesses and citizens. So now she's going back saying, we need to find a new candidate. She's starting to listen. The problem is it's a little too late, especially, and I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, the comments by her about Obama, with Obama saying, if you're a black man, you need to vote for Kamala. And now what that's done is had an adverse effect. The black community, men and women, are furious. I've never seen the African-American community this freaking upset. And I want to say this, it's a lot to say. Obama got away with it because we were biased in just wanting a black man as a president. And that was a milestone. I don't care if it was a Hispanic, you would have had a lot of Hispanics, or an Asian person, or a woman. If it would have been Hillary Clinton, I'm sure a lot of women, whatever it might have been. But we were biased in getting Barack Obama elected. And we're not going to fall for that crap a second time. When you come in and you start talking about, well, I'm going to make a difference for a black man, I'm allowed them to do business in weed and buy 40s. She might not have said the damn 40s, but the bottom line is that I was so pissed off about the weed comment. I was so pissed off about what she had said. It burned my blood that you want to give us free money. Like, we can't go. I don't know about Chris or anybody else out there that's African American, but I came from welfare, I came from food stamps, and I didn't need a handout, and I didn't need you to approve weed for me to make it. So those things in and of self, I think, is killing her. If you look at one more thing, I'm gonna add before I turn it over. If you look at her interview the other day on what was that gentleman's name? Bear. His name was something Bear.
Red Bear. Yeah.
Oh my God, he destroyed her. And there's something I want to read to you guys right before I hand it over. This came earlier today, and I'm gonna read this, and then I want you guys to go ahead, and anybody can take it from there. It says, Kamala, after last night's interview with Brett Baer. My friend was in the camera crew for last night's interview with Brett Baer and Kamala Harris. Kamala struggled, as many people have pointed out. After the interview concluded, she apparently refused to shake Brett's hand and called him dirty. She then said, you're just another lousy MAGA nut job. Brett just laughed. She then started to tear up and said, we can edit this, right? Then she went to her team and said, oh my God, it's over. Now, I don't know how true this is, but it's pretty damn funny. And I just, again, like I said before, as a person, as a woman, as an African, whatever you want to put, I have no problem with Kamala. Hey, if I had a barbecue or a Super Bowl game, hey, you can come over with your husband. Same thing for Barack. But not everyone's meant to run a damn country. I might be a cool guy. I've been in business forever. You get me the damn rings to the White House. All the Crypto4Life and Chicago Coin members and crypto, you're going to get $100 million a stipend check or whatever the hell it's called. That's just me. I'm being a little facetious here, but the point is, not everybody's meant to run this country. And with that being said, guys, it's a mouthful. Take it away. Take it away. Go ahead.
I want to comment on that. This is DJ.
And by the way, shouts out to the almost 700 people that are here live. Go ahead, DJ.
Yeah, shouts out to the chat. No, I just want to say, 6-8, I was just as pissed off as you. Somebody that doesn't smoke weed, never sold weed, well, never did. Yeah, I was pissed off about that. And then to offer a $25,000 stipend to any black entrepreneur or potential homeowner, you're just going to raise the price of homes. And I thought that was a big slap in the face.
But when did it become about black people? This is making America great again, not black again.
Yeah.
That's the damn problem.
It's all about Americans. It's not about any certain
but that pissed me off. And I'm a guy that does business with, everybody.
Can I?
And real quick, and I just wanted to say is that I live in my second home, and I live a very middle class lifestyle, and I've been doing it for the last 15 years, and I didn't need any help from anybody. I just worked my ass off to do it, and it wasn't that hard for me. You just got to stay focused, and that's it.
That's right.
So that really, really bothered me. But paying attention to politics for the last 25 years, I already knew what the game was anyway, so I wasn't falling for it to begin with. Go ahead. Who's next?
Go ahead, Brooke, since you said something. Go ahead, Brooke.
No. It's very interesting that you say that. So the money system that we have now, a lot of people, like politicians, both the left and the right, so Republicans and Democrats like to point to each other, to blame each other for the wealth disparity and the inflation that we're feeling. The fascinating thing is that it is both the right and the left. And I have this theory, and I say, like, the quality of your education is based upon the quality of your questions. And so we have to ask ourselves, like, what makes it possible for governments and this monetary system to print and do the things that they do? And when you start unpacking that question, it starts to reveal a lot. And so always follow the money. Right. And just kind of understand that, like, there's a monumental shift that's happening right now. And a lot of people don't see it. There's so much opportunity in the face of, like, a downturn that's possibly going to come. But yeah. And the SEC, I think, plays a role because this entire system, like, it shakes up the system, right? And so, like, Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler, like, they're very much incorporated into the legacy banking and financial system. And so they have a working interest to stall this type of technology. So this shouldn't be surprising to anyone because we have a play too, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Oh, we got Johnny Crypto that just jumped in. Johnny, what's up, my brother?
What's up, boys? How we doing?
What's up? How you doing?
Man? Good.
All right, man. I'm hanging in there, boys, hanging in as you guys are chilling.
Oh, yeah. So we just opened up. There's two subjects here, the appeal and the fact that Kamala is just now starting to get it, with the fact that she's now talking about Gary Gensler's replacement. She put two candidates up. She's so far behind. She bombed on the Brett Baier interview, and the fact that they feel that giving black men weed and some free money might help America get great again. So those are the topics there that we just talked about. Anybody else opened up, from Mike to Chris? Anybody else is opened up, or even Johnny Crypto? Hey, let's hear it.
Yeah, let me play devil's advocate here for a second, because I strongly lean Republican. But on the Brett Baier show, I mean, and I'm not a Kamala fan, but she got blindsided on that one. He was at her from the first question, and he went hard on her. He had preset clips to discredit her. I mean, he went extremely hard. But I would prefer just a dialogue where you can get out, the beliefs and how a person feels, so that we can make an educated, we can educate ourselves and make a decision based on the actual facts. But he was going for blood, and I'm not a Democrat, but he was going for blood that night.
But the unfortunate truth,
I don't know what anybody else has to say.
But here's the unfortunate truth. They did it to Trump. It was like 4-on-1, and they did it to Deaton last night, 3 or 4-on-1. They did it to John Deaton last night as well. They did.
Absolutely. And I can tell you, the questions.
For her, it was just a one-on-one.
Yeah,
right?
in fairness, the black journalists did that to Trump too. That wasn't right either. Neither one of those were right. But that was tough for Kamala.
It makes it tougher when you don't answer the questions. You know what I mean? So the toughest part about it. Okay, again,
does anybody on the panel really does anybody really believe that Kamala doesn't truly want the best for the country? Now, I say that I really truly believe she wants the best for the country. This is the problem, though, is I don't think she has any power, and she knows that she doesn't have any power. So she wants to take the slither of popularity that she has and say, well, maybe I can change this little bitty thing here in the corner. But other than that, I don't think she has any power. But I don't think she has ill intent either. That's just my personal opinion.
Really quick,
I like you 10 times better than I did, Mike, and I didn't even think that was possible. You are a sweetheart. I like you, Mike.
But here it is. I want to say this, and I'm opening it back up. Just say this very quickly. She openly admitted on a different interview that when they said, how come you haven't done anything as a vice president? She said, I don't have a voice. A lot of what I want to do is muffled. It's the same thing for Biden. For the Biden administration and the Democrats, big money is in control. It's not Biden, it's puppets. Not Kamala. They're nothing more than puppets. And the puppet begots a puppet, which is begots a puppet, which is Gary Gibbs. They're all puppets. And the reason they don't like Trump, look, first of all, everybody has to understand this. Trump doesn't take shit. He can't be dictated to. He's a billionaire not looking to become a millionaire. And there's a reason they try to take his butt out 2 times already, possibly even 3 times. It's not about whether she's passionate. I'm passionate about the USA, but does it mean I have the ability to run it, or do I have the right team to run it? Hell no.
Those same folks she's
she doesn't have
those same
that,
folks she's trying to give weed to is the same folks she was locking up when she put that shit in place in San Francisco. So I don't want to hear that, bro.
I want to hear what
for the weed.
But you guys don't forget that people's records can be expunged also if she legalizes marijuana. That could help a lot of people. I'm not talking about black or Mexican, white. It can help a lot of people in general. I know people that spent many years in jail for selling weed and said that they were only selling weed because they knew it wasn't hurting anybody and still ended up doing 8 to 10 years in prison.
Look at the track record. Look at the track record of Democrats.
And I'm not a Democrat, you guys, but
look at the track record of what they're doing. Gary filed an appeal with days left when he had 60 days. He actually missed the damn deadline and did it to us again. Kamala could have done all this weed, black man, free money, and all this stuff for 3.5 damn years. Why now? That's the problem. Why now? That's the problem that I have. If you want
she's losing.
If you want to do something authentically, if you're authentically for the brother, as you say, then this would have came a long time ago. So here's a problem I got, Mike. And just straight up, brother, and you my man, but I'm telling you, the problem that I got with Kamala, not as a person, but you're doing things that to dupe us, to sway us, almost like we're stupid. Your words to me, if I were to decode them, to say black people are stupid. That's how I feel, because the way you're going about doing it right now, you're trying to go on black shows. You're doing all this when you're talking. You're on Charlemagne's show. You got John Legend on jump. How come John Legend wasn't on stage with you for 3.5 years? Why now? Why are you doing all this black people shit now? Sorry.
Why
but you hold on. I am not a sellout, and I will never sacrifice integrity for growth, but you cannot buy me for my goddamn skin. Sorry, it's my show. Don't mean to curse, but it is what it is. So go ahead, take turns, one by one. Let's do it.
Yeah, I just want to interject real quick. I want to interject real quick, and it's going to 6-8 what everybody is saying. Let's take this back to after JFK got assassinated. Lyndon Baines Johnson wanted to spearhead the whole, what do you call it? The Black Man Can Vote Act. I forget what you call it. I'm drawing a blank. In the mid-'60s. He did that, and here is a direct quote as far as the history that I know. He said, if I do this, these niggas will be voting for us for 100 years. As of today, he is correct for the first 50 years. That's the lie that started then, and they're still trying to propagate it now. And so, as passionate as 6-8 is about it, I've been passionate about this for about 20 years.
100%, 100%. I'm right there with you. I don't know why. Like, it's something I'm never passionate about politics and stuff. And this is, it's been such a polarizing situation, right? Because the differences have never really been so stark. And in one regard, kind of what you guys were talking about, it's like, Trump can't be controlled. And when it comes to when you're in the ultimate position of control, that is the most terrifying thing in the world for the people that are normally pulling strings. You can't come in here as a rich punk that was a real estate mogul, that was this, that was that. Usurp our whole system. You've never even been on the damn city council, and now you control the free world? Hell no. No, we're not going to allow it to happen. We got all these other puppets at the top. You can't jump ahead of them and everything else. Like, and what does he want to do? The stuff that sounds as dangerous as JFK. It's like, oh, I want to end this. I want to end this. I want to end this. It's like, it's blasphemy to them, right? Their ears are burning, and it's
right.
It's a person that's truly for the people that can't be controlled is terrifying for them, and that's why you'll hear crazy statements like he's the biggest threat to democracy and everything else, because their identity of democracy, their definition of democracy is a bunch of people with all the money controlling crap. That's what it really is, right? Because you can't say that and then push a president out who had 15 million votes for her. I want to make it very clear. Doesn't make any sense.
I'm never going to sit here and say Trump is the ideal person to run this company. Out of the two people right now, he's the best candidate that we have. Unfortunately, that's the truth. I love what John Deaton said yesterday. Actually the first day, he goes, you know what, to be honest with you, you guys are all idiots or something like that. He said, I don't remember the exact word, but he says, you guys are all stupid.
Yeah, about Congress.
Yeah, about Congress, and he's a Republican, or he's running the Republican aspect of it. He goes, I don't even really care for Trump. I'll be honest with you. So I'm not trying to say this. I'm a Trump guy. Trump this. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Biden has done nothing but hurt this economy, has hurt this country for the last almost 4 years, and now you've got your right hand person, woman, if you will, that wants to do the same thing. She's keeping the same team, the same blueprint. And what's going to change? And here's the thing: if you really want to do something, don't make it black. Go look at one of the issues that we're having right now: border control. Go look at the fact that we just had, what was that city that a bunch of these people that went in there,
Minnesota, where they took over the Trendy Hour, took over the apartment complexes and everything else. We just caught 4 of them here in my city of San Antonio, about half a mile from my kid's school. So every city's a border city now.
But that's a real American issue, and you got the military and all this different accessibility. Stop it. Show us. Matter of fact, if you want to do something for us, go. When it comes to Gary Gensler, why are you sitting around now? Why now you want to replace? Why now you're saying something? You could have probably got a lot of us on your team had you said this early on and took some kind of initiative, but now this is becoming desperate. Now you realize you're in trouble. And so at the end of the day, I just want the best person, because here's what it comes down to, guys. Are we selfish? Yes. Why are we selfish? Our family, our children, right? Our financial futures. It's kind of like Tell says in a song. They don't want you to get rich but die trying. It's financial slavery. That's what we want to into. The banks, the corruption, the system. If crypto hasn't done anything else, besides being biased about crypto, it's opened our eyes to all the damn corruption that's really going on in this country as it's been coming out. That's literally what I've been seeing since I've been in crypto, is more corruption than I ever realized in my whole life, and how jacked up and one-sided the law is when it comes to protecting those. Kind of like when you look at Sam Bankman-Fried. Sam Bankman-Fried is in prison. Sam Bankman-Fried is in prison. But the ugly truth is, the one part they left out of all those felonies is who got his money. What politician got his money? Go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
James, real quick, I was going to tell you this. In my crypto,
I want to go after Sean.
Go ahead. Okay.
Okay. Over the last 5 years, I'll make it real quick. Is that I went to college originally for medicine. I changed to finance, went to another college in my home state. I learned that I would not learn about the financial system unless I got really good grades, went to a graduate school, graduated, and then went to Wall Street and worked and then learned the game. But crypto has taught me the game without that whole process. That's what they're scared of. And the rest.
Yeah. Go ahead. Whoever's next.
I
You
was going
guys,
to say, I see what's happening really is she is losing, and the Democratic Party, I'll just say it like that, is losing every bullet out of their gun. They've literally puked up their whole campaign and what they want to do, their whole raising of our taxes. Who wants to pay more taxes? Raise your fucking hand. Okay, let's go there first, right? Okay, and then who wants more government control? Raise your hand if you want that one. Let's go with that one being the most itchy topic for anybody in the entire world. Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. The facts are the facts. Okay, people are sick and tired of them going around questions when they're asked a direct question. Tell me what you think about this. I would like this question if I had a chance to ask the president of the United States whether who they would be. I would like to say, when you become president on day one, what are you going to do about all the illegals that are here in the United States illegally? My wife came here 29 years ago legally. Myself and my wife went through 5 years of dealing with the government and going back and forth to get her citizenship.
Right.
They literally tried to deny me and tell me I was marrying my wife illegally when I sat down for my first interview to scare the hell out of me, guys. I went through hell and my wife to get where she is to have citizenship in the United States. My wife came from a communist country that was socialist first. My wife and I can tell you where this country is going to go if this country does not go the right direction in this election. This is the most important time ever in American history. Never, ever has there ever been a time more in American history that we are facing a critical time where we have to make a decision on what's really important to not only our families, but the entire generation after that. Okay. And they literally have no weapons left. And we are watching it. People are waking up that they are not telling the truth. They're spouting lies on a daily basis.
That's right.
And it's showing in the polls.
Right.
Maybe she did cry because you know what? She realized that what she's doing is terrible.
Right.
And American people are waking up to it. And I hope American people can hear my voice right now. You better go vote. Do your justice. At least you'll know in your heart that God did the right thing and told you to vote for whoever you decided to vote for.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to end right there.
Absolutely. Anybody up next? We're going to take turns. Go ahead. Anybody up next?
Yeah, I mean, you guys, it's complicated because you know, on the Democratic side, the things that scare me the most about the Democrats is when they think that raising taxes on the rich is going to somehow help the poor, or when they have rumors of taxing unrealized capital gains. How are they going to tax unrealized gains? I mean, things like that are crazy. And then also, you know, their general belief is that the government is somehow going to help us and our lives are going to be better. We're going to vote and now they're going to come in and make our lives better. That's absolutely ridiculous. But to ruffle feathers, not intentionally, on the flip side, we have somebody that was involved in a soft insurrection that basically was involved in things that really could flip things upside down as far as our whole country is concerned. So I'm confused. I'm here to listen, learn, observe. I mean, I have an opinion, but it's all bad on both sides. I'm like John Deaton. I'm like, they're all crazy.
Yep.
You know,
absolutely.
So they're all crazy.
Go ahead, Chris.
I agree with you, Mike, 1,000,000%. And I'm gonna tell you something. That's been something that's stuck in my craw too, right? When it comes to that whole insurrection situation, and I think that a lot of light was shined on it here just recently when Nancy Pelosi did a interview with her daughter who did the documentary, who admitted that January 6th was actually her fault because Trump put in the request for 15,000 guardsmen and police to be there, and she denied it.
Turned it down.
That's the whole weird, twisted situation about it. It's you know, you can very, very easily manipulate a lot of people when you can put, you know, Trump is a very bombastic speaking, whatever. It's not. He's no different than he's been any other time. But if he knew that, hey, listen, we got all this intel that this is going down, that's going down, this group is going to be, that group is going to, and we need 15,000 people there, and he put that in himself personally, and they were able to prove that, and she denied it. What can you say? You know what I mean? It's they needed that just like they needed the 34 counts of felonies that are on him right now to say, hey, who are you going to pick, her or a convicted felon? You know what I mean? The Indian lady or Trump. Which one are you going to pick, right? So it's all kinds of double talk, and that whole tax the rich, not going to happen. She don't control the daggone thing, and everybody has put her where she is. They're rich. They put it. That's not going to happen. Okay, how many Democratic leaders have said that already? And that's not. Their donors and who's putting their hand up their butt to prop them up, they had the money to do that. They're not going to come after them. Okay, so that's the lie that they continue to prove is never going to be true.
Who's next? Yeah, and that's awesome. I'm glad you said that because it's all politics. I mean, basically, what you told me right there is not something that's set in the front of my mind. I didn't really realize that about Trump. But, as somebody that's listening and trying to find out the truth, then that obviously is going to sway me to have a better understanding. But the people running, they just are dishing out lies on both sides. And it's just hard to know what to believe.
100%
at all. It's
that's
difficult.
By plan, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah.
That's actually by plan. Okay?
Divide and conquer, man.
No doubt, guys. Listen, Obama said it, and you know how these people work, right? You know how the elites work. They have a karmic religious. They have to kind of tell you what they're going to do to you, right? So Obama told you, we're going to confuse them. We're not going to tell. You're not going to know what the truth is. There'll be so much disinformation out there. But just getting back to the point you guys were talking earlier, right? We're talking about Kamala, how all of a sudden she's starting to appease people.
Right.
So, guys, they look at the polls. First of all, there wasn't a people worried about her about crypto until all of a sudden they started doing their polls and they realized 52 million Americans, 20% own crypto, and said that would be on the docket. That would make a decision. All of a sudden, now she's pro crypto, right? Now, all of a sudden, in the past 3 days, Obama comes out. He's degrading and talking about black men don't want to support her, but all this shit. Now she's catering to black men. Oh, we got to. So obviously, they got something in the polls that is showing that black men are like, no, man, I get it. You guys are seeing through the bullshit. You guys, like somebody said, you're waking up, right? That's a beautiful thing. Let me give you an inside story. So I know somebody in the town when I grew up, when I was younger. She was very, very powerful. It was a friend of a friend. Very, very powerful person in the Democratic Party. She said to my friend, basically, we want to keep all the minorities down in the city. So this way we can keep giving them free shit and they keep voting for us. That's their plan. Right from the horse's mouth, guys. Yep. That has been their plan.
I mean, that's what they're doing with illegals.
They're doing it.
That's what sanctuary cities is. Yeah. It's like, hey, look, Black, Hispanic, we're not going to help you guys out of nothing. But if you come across, here's you a card. We're only spending $1 billion a day. That's it on you guys. We're going to spend $1 billion a day. Oh, you want free education? You want you just got imprisoned and you want a sex change? Hey, you want that? We will give you whatever the hell you want. If you come in masses, bring everybody you know, come across the border, you ain't got to worry about it. Healthcare, everything else. We'll kick the black people out, the Hispanics out, everything else. Y'all have that shelter now. They took over 7 schools here in this city, right? Like, hey, whatever you want, just come over here. And then look what half the cities just did now. They just made it a rule that people don't have to show ID and all this and that. And then they said, well, listen, there's hurricane victims, there's this, there's that. All the reasons why people in certain states doesn't have to show any kind of ID whatsoever. And it's illegal to ask. What the heck?
Yeah,
we've lost our
So it's no secret. It's the worst kept secret in the world. Okay.
I want to welcome in GDLT and KHUD guys. I'm gonna hand it over to you guys to get to hear let your voice to get heard. Go ahead.
I'll let GLD G can go first if you'd like. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful to be on here, everybody. It's a wonderful time, and thank you, Crypto4Life, for having me on here. I hope we can make some very good deals in the future. We're going to be making America great again, and it's going to be a whole new America. It's going to be an America you've never seen before. I'm telling you, it's going to be tremendous. I am not. Don't fall for the show. We're going to be winning. I'm telling you right here, DJT. Personally, we're going to be winning. Kamala is just a distraction. We have to make the show entertaining for the American people to make them think, oh, is there a chance? There's never a chance. There's never been a chance. It'll never be a chance. So thank you for having me on. XRP is the future. I'm picking up as much XRP as I can for Baron, my family, all the bloodlines that I'm going to be creating in the future. It's going to be amazing. I hope you guys are doing it as well.
I love it. I love it, man.
Too big to rig. Too big to rig.
Hey, bro, that was too good. That was too damn
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love it. I love it. Go ahead.
Much love to you guys.
Greatest family on planet Earth. I love it.
I'm just going to speak on my insight and understanding. I mean, you may agree, you may not, but it's a battle between capitalism and socialism. Even communism, if you want to put it that way. And it is right. I mean, I see Donald Trump offering solutions and offers for people to grow and make businesses. And she's offering affordable housing and, I'll give you, give, everything comes with a catch. And like, I don't know who the gentleman was earlier talking about how we'll keep them, wanting and needing. It's a control measure. And yeah, there is divide and conquer. Now I'd like to kind of like circle this back to Ripple and the ILP and how and why we're going through what we're going through. And it's not us. I mean, we are us, but Ripple and the company. It's because it's an evolution of banking. The fractionalized banking system is going to be ending. And they know it. And inherently, that's why they're holding this whole thing back. And they can't stop it. And they understand that. But they're trying, I believe, on their end to get their ducks in a row. And unfortunately, it's taken the time that it's taking. And it's all by design.
Every solution eventually becomes a problem. That's so. Yeah. All this stuff has been set up just so they can provide the solution, which is going to be the whole new banking system, right? And then that eventually is going to have its own problems, but that's going to be like what, 2 decades from now, 3 decades, maybe 4 decades past our lifetime, right? Unless we're machines, then we can live forever. But
we got a lot of people here who are very diversified, as am I. But since we got some new people that are in right now, I want you guys to go back and tackle this very, very simple question, I guess. Why, after almost 4 years, do they continue this ridiculous battle with Ripple and XRP? I'm gonna just open it up because I know people want to hear that. Go ahead.
The RLUSD, it's not being released because of this case. Think about it. When the RLUSD is actually really unlocked, we have full utility of a stable coin where you can actually move from the original DEX right within the DEX. You'll be able to go from RLUSD to XRP and out of the DEX in an interoperable pattern with the cross bridge of the Ethereum virtual machine. It is a full unlock of the entire financial system.
I know what I'm asking though is why. Like I get RLUSD didn't exist 4 years ago.
So back to the point, what I was saying, that's going to take some time. This is why we're getting this stall, in my opinion, right now. Because when
can I ask 6-8Jay a question? Do you think I'm just curious about this? This is something I'm curious about. Do you think that a lot of these stall tactics and things that are happening like that is just to FUD out all retail, or do you think that doesn't matter at all?
I don't know if that matters at all. That's why I kind of opened up the question. I want to get different perspective because you got. I got an answer. Well, yeah, I want GDLT to take it, but you got people in here because sometimes we get really. We got some very smart people here, by the way. Much love to all you guys being brilliant in your own rights and certain things. But you have somebody here for the first time that doesn't know a whole lot, or maybe they do know something, but not, this very simple question is, why do they continue to go after all the assets? Like somebody said, I think it was Alan earlier, why not XLM? Why not XTC? Why not Algo? Why not, why XRP specifically? And then to continue these appeals after already losing 5-0, you're going to and they've even put themselves at risk. And maybe even, I heard Metal Lawman say this on your show, Johnny, with you and Good Morning Crypto this morning, where Metal Lawman says if Ripple reappeals, which they're going to do, and they win on certain aspects, they might even lose in 125.
Yeah.
So why put yourself in that position instead of just taking the damn L? Because this loss going to the Second Circuit could actually affect other cases in a major way. Go ahead.
Can I give my answer? So here's what I think. At the end of the day, and we've been saying this, I've been saying this for a while now. Good Morning Crypto is this, Jay, was never about winning case. Okay. These cases, when you look historically, any SEC case, it doesn't take 4 years. None of them last 4 years. Year and a half is even too long. 3 to 6 months, they're usually done and they're settled, and there's a big payout, and the SEC walks away, and that's how they make their money. Okay, so you got to look at it and say, listen, they could have. Brad said he would have given them $200 million. He would have. In fact, he offered it, right? And they said no. Why? Because the agenda wasn't to win the case. It wasn't for a payout. If you ask me, this is just my 8 cents, is we know that Ripple had a relationship with a certain banking company. I'm not going to say their name on air because they'll probably shadow ban us, but they had a relationship. That relationship fell apart. And 1 week after that relationship fell apart, the SEC was weaponized and a lawsuit was put against Ripple 1 week after that relationship fell apart. And now, 4 years later, we're still here. So if you ask me why, the thing is delay. It's like, hey, we started technology. We either don't like your technology, we don't like you, or more importantly, we're afraid of it. So we're going to create our own. And they did that. And now we're going to tie you up in court for the next 4 to 6 years.
Look, Las Vegas.
Adoption rate down.
Las Vegas.
Anything the U.S., right?
Yeah, look at this, Johnny. Were you at Las Vegas 2023?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, do you remember 2023 when Stuart Alderete said, he goes, we're at the point now where he goes, no, was it Stuart Alderete or John D? He says, I spoke to Brad and I can tell you something straight up. He would actually pay the $750 million if it meant ending this damn thing right now. $750 million.
It wasn't about Jay. It was never.
It's never about the money.
This is about fuck you. We're going to delay you as long as we can. We're not going to let you get the technology out there because it's going to hurt us, right? We're going to create our own. We'll put our own thing out there. We'll slow you down. And then, if you could catch up, good luck. But we're going to give ourselves a 4 to 6 year head start. Why do you think they're every single lawyer we talked to or brought on the show? You know what they told us? There is zero probability of them winning an appeal. You don't think the SEC doesn't know that they're going to lose? They don't give a flying fuck. They're going to do this because it's 2 more years. 2 more years. We're tied up in court. Unless, of course, if we get an administration change, as Metal Lawman said today, it's all bets off. Who knows, right?
But I said this on my show. The reason they filed the appeal, if Kamala won, then everything is set up to prolong it already.
All right.
But if Trump wins, they know they're pretty much over up the creek. Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, somebody. I think somebody was getting ready to say something.
I just wanted to say the vindictive have the patience of saints. We don't. The rich have all the time in the world. We don't. That's why we're so impatient, because we want our lives to change. The rich don't care. Their lives are already different.
They're sitting around the table, right? They got all day to plan against us, right?
Exactly. And they're greedy. They're greedy as hell to an infinite degree that's unimaginable by us, because we don't know this level of greed that they have. They want as many drops in their hands of XRP, of cheap XRP, as freaking possible. So they have all the time in the world to keep accumulating and delaying cheap XRP for their bloodlines to continue and to elongate their lives and do all this type of crap, right? While we don't have that patience.
I love what you say. I love what you said, GDLT, and I want you to continue on, but it's something that I talked about on my show. At one point, Bitcoin was $2 for $1. Bitcoin was $100 for $1. There is no money in letting retail or anybody get XRP at 50-something cents. There is no value in that. What they'd rather do is FUD everybody out, let the big let it shoot through the moon, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to happen. Because it wasn't just created to be better than Bitcoin. It does thousands of things better than Bitcoin does. And so what happens is you look up, now it's $500 to $1,000.
Leave the world behind.
Look, Jimmy Valley's not stupid. Molly Elmore's not stupid. None of these people are stupid. Neither is Joe Katz, who many I got a video on my X that I just posted like some hours ago where Brad said many of the developers of XRPL were there for Bitcoin, many of them. So at the end of the day, what happens is where the money's being made is the price goes up high. Now we go back like the good old slaves they want us to be here in America, and then we can go buy ETFs and buy this and buy that and buy it at, where they can make their money and whatever. So I just talked about this GDLT. I love that point.
No, and I'm like I have a longer term I'm impatient just as much as everybody in the XRP community is. Trust me. But I also have a long-term perspective on tech and just how long it takes to adopt tech, how long it takes to develop tech, and what steps they're trying to do to get us to the point of a completely cashless society. That's the whole point of this decade of 2020 to 2030 is to us to go completely cashless, set up the infrastructure, FUD everybody out, make them think crypto's a scam like the dot-com bubble days, right? Some cyber attack's going to happen. That's going to be a crucial turning point for us having to go to distributed ledger technology and get regulation for crypto and all that type of stuff. Probably will happen near the end of this decade. And then 2030 and beyond is all about all systems go. Because look, if DJT wins, his first 2 years aren't going to be easy. It's not going to be changes right away. It's going to be the Democrats and whoever's fighting him is going to make him struggle for the next 2 years. And then his last 2 years, we'll probably start seeing follow through of like what
it brings up a point of what John Deaton told us more yesterday.
That's only if they don't control the House and everything else, and all that's up for jeopardy right now too.
I hear you.
Right. John Deaton said this last night. He said Elizabeth Warren, the thing that American people are tired of is you politicians coming in here with a little bit of money and becoming millionaires, using the system to become millionaires. And when you think about it, what Johnny Crypto just said, it's a waiting game. And some of it, and I hate to say this, man, but damn it, you're right, Johnny. There's a lot of people who've pulled out mortgages on their houses. There's people that are hanging on. You understand? This changes the masses' lives, and they don't care because they've got the money to wait it out. They don't want to see people. Tel said it. They don't want you they want you. What is it? They don't want you to get rich but die trying. That is such a true statement because they can keep this shit going out, and then everyone starts getting the memes. Everyone starts getting to all these different things, and then XRP explodes. And you know what that's going to cause? Oh my God. It's going to cause a whole lot of depressed and messed up people because they realize they had a moment. No, seriously, because they don't take any kind of accountability for making people miss the boat. That's literally what it is.
Right.
Very true.
Well, you make it easy for me, 6-8, because I don't have to worry about selling unless you sell. I'll just say, did you sell yet? Nope. Well, I'm holding on to then.
Mike, you're a millionaire many other times, brother. You're not in the equation of waiting for the damn thing to go.
No, I get your points, but these therapy sessions do help to hold on, though, for sure.
Listen, at the end of the day, remember this, guys. We are so early. I get it that it feels like we're late. I get it.
Yeah.
Because somebody said it, and 100%. I'm in technology, right? It typically takes technology from utility. From the thought to adoption to utility, it's on average it's 14 years. Nobody wants to hear it, but that's what it is. You can't speed it up. It's what it is. Now you can make the argument that crypto and blockchain, and that's just average. So depending on the technology, it can be more, but on average about 14 years. And if you look at like the .com days to where Amazon got, look at the chart from 2000 2014. That's when you start to see Amazon really take off, right? In terms of right, and the mass utility on the S curve and really booming. You can make an argument that maybe blockchain was kind of started in the beginning in 2016. Maybe you can make the argument that that's when we started to see a little bit of it. But so that would put you around 2030 before we see some type of, I don't want to say even full blown utility because we won't, but we'll be way ahead than where we are today. Everyone's expecting like next year full blown utility. No, not happening.
I got a little pushback on that one.
Sure, go ahead.
That blockchain started before 2016.
No,
and
I'm
I
not
think
saying it didn't start. I'm saying, sorry, go ahead.
No. I understand what you're saying. My point is that I think it started a little bit before 2016, but I think the S curve is going to be shorter than that 14-year time horizon.
It was like 96 was the patent that David Schwartz filed for distributed ledger technology. So actually it was started back then. The military was using this technology way before then, way before the patent. Cryptographic message was started as a communication without anyone hacking it by the U.S. government. And then it became a payment system so many years later. It was Open Coin, then it was New Coin, then it was Ripple 1, then it was Ripple 2. We own Ripple 2. We own the second version of XRP as we know it. It's not the first version, it's actually the second. That's why the CFTC, when they actually categorized Ripple as a non-security, that's how they gave it the classification. The thing that pisses me off the most is whoever was in power at that time did not push Congress to actually step up and put it in the code. See, this is the whole thing. I went back to the whole point. This is why the SEC, when they went to the last meeting where Gary Gensler had to go in front of Congress and come up with his classification of crypto asset security comes into play, because securities are handled by the SEC only. The FTC handles commodities. This was labeled a commodity back in 2016 and 2017 by the FTC. So what we're dealing with is a disconnect between both government regulatory bodies, and they know it. The SEC is scared. That's why Hester Peters literally went on TV and told the American people we screwed up. Okay. The problem is, when I went back to my point, is we have an administration coming in. They know this. They can kick this can down the road for another couple weeks until this new administration gets in, whoever it's going to be. Then they can make their power moves. Look, we have 3 other lawsuits. Look, 3 other lawsuits came up in the last 6 months that the SEC brought in also, because they're only paid on what they bring in. The SEC only gets paid on what they sue and collect money on. So they're really just trying to collect as much money as they can before they get out of power. That's my play. That's where I see that they're doing their moves right now, because if not, their other chair, Hester Pierce,
I hear what you're saying.
Anything on TV.
Here's a problem with that. Here's that problem with that thought. And again, partially, I think part of that is right. I think part of it, when you think about they're about the money, I think there's a big agenda. I think maybe they're about the money with a lot of people, but I think the powerful money guys are telling them not to worry about that 125 million, because there's a bigger agenda at play right here. I don't think it's about collecting that 125. Right. I think it's about, look, we're talking billions. See, here's the thing that people don't realize. When Bitcoin came out, no one paid attention to it. Gensler was talking great about Ripple, and I mean, he was at MIT. It was a Kuna Matata. It may work, it may not work. All of a sudden, when they realized the damn thing was real, even Michael Saylor said many of his counterparts, many of the people that he knows, including himself, they wouldn't even touch Bitcoin until it hit 20,000 and maintained it. So that's a fact. Now all of a sudden, you're looking, it's at 60-something thousand. So now smart money is going around going, what's the next thing that can explode? Okay, well, Ethereum, yeah, it does this and everything else. But the thing that was created to be better than Bitcoin, oh, shit. This thing that even though it's called XRP. And so all of a sudden, this thing was at $3 and something cents. It was at one point people don't realize, it was number 1 on CoinMarketCap, and then number 2, and then they filed the damn lawsuit. So at some point you're going, okay, we didn't pay attention to Bitcoin and was sub $1, but this XRP damn thing, hell no. Many people fail to realize the SEC has an XRP ledger. Many people fail to realize that the SEC and many big banks like JP Morgan wanted to control Ripple and things like that. So at the end of the day, I just think that what's happening is to stagnate the technology, give people the opportunity to put themselves in position, scare the weak hands out. And when this thing booms, it's going to be a lot of sick people, man. It's going to be, and that's what I'll tell anybody. Never financial advice, but damn it, if you don't know what you hold, this is one of those things that, everyone says, I wish I should have, could have, or the better yet, what people say is, if I would have been in Bitcoin at 50 cents a Bitcoin, bullshit. You would have sold just like you're going to sell damn XRP when it hits $3 or $4 or $5. Same difference. That's it.
Hey, I like to keep things simple. I always do, right? So you've got HTTP, you've got ILP. It's not about Ripple, the company. It's not about XRP. It's about the protocol, the internet of value. That is what they're fighting over, because that's going to be a new layer on on the internet of how we transfer value that we didn't have prior with the Internet of Information. So the protocol is really what they're fighting over. And yes, you're right. I think everybody else is getting their ducks in a row. They can't compete with it. They can have their own siloed networks, distributed ledger technology. They can have their own areas, but they're not going to be the protocol that everything runs on. I'm not saying Ripple's going to run the world, but it's poised to, take over a large part of value transfers in many different markets. And it was created to offer liquidity. And that's what we need in the system, because it was all locked up through fractionalized banking and other, banking practices that they do. So I believe they're just holding it up until they're ready to let the technology go, and they can't stop it anymore.
I want to go to somebody that's in the chat right now, and I want everybody around the panel, if you don't mind helping him out with this question. He says the majority of my family and friends thinks crypto is a scam, including coworkers. And I want to be the first one, and I want to whatever your answer is your answer. But for me, here's what I'll say. My whole life, I was told that everything I was doing wouldn't work. When I wanted to open up car lots and cell phone stores, when I wanted to be an entrepreneur as a guy who was on welfare, who struggled, who's from the I have people that to this day still won't listen to me in crypto. When I was doing the smartwatch thing with Apple, and we had a $7.5 million deal on the table with Apple, I've always had people tell me or not listen to what I'm talking about. When I got into crypto in 2017, everyone thought it was stupid. Nobody wanted to listen. Me and my wife secretly, my wife is in this chat right now. We left California. We've been gone for 5 years now. We've lived every year from Hawaii to Vegas to Sonoma County and everywhere else. We've been living our dream. My wife said it feels like it, and it's all because of crypto. So don't listen to what everyone else is telling you. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It's a life changer. I can't say what it's going to do for you, but if you have a good strategy, if you do your research and position yourself well, I think you're going to be able to prove those people wrong. And I'm going to turn it over to whoever wants to go from here. Matter of fact, let's just start from the bottom across. We'll go from Johnny Crypto, Chris Moore, K HUD, and all the way back around, and Mike O will be the last one to answer that question. Go ahead, Johnny.
I'll tell you what, Jay, when I see that and I hear that, nothing makes me happier. No, I love it. Absolutely love. Yeah. And he's so right on. Whoever said that, XRP Nelson. The same thing. Now, let me tell you why that excites me.
Yeah.
Because the way the world works is, or the way the markets work, this is a big pool of money. Money goes in, money comes out. Now, when all the money is in, when everybody's in, the price of something can't go up anymore. It's over. You're at the top. It's done. When most of people think crypto's a scam, do you think all their money is in the crypto pool right now? Exactly. So when do you want to get inside this market? Do you want to get in when nobody's in it and the prices are low? Right. Or do you want to get in it when it's saturated and everybody and their mother is in this market? So this statement, this is the only reason why I still encourage all my family and friends to get in. Right. Because most people today, to this day, think it's a scam. And I love it. I'm very happy. Because why? Because this is why I tell everybody, we're here so early. And it feels for us like we're late, but we're not. We're so early that the whole world thinks we're in a scam still. Yeah. Good. Let them think that. I'm going to keep buying, keep stocking up, putting the technologies that I believe are real world solves. I got a bunch of horses in my stable here of cryptos that I believe in, that I'm holding on to, Jay, for this reason. Now, when everybody starts saying crypto's great, I'm in crypto. When I start hearing the cashier down the store at the store talking about crypto, that's when I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge.
That's right.
I don't want to be in no more once everybody's in, because then I know there's no more money to come in. It's going to be hard to drive the prices, and that's when you want to get out. This should make everybody happy.
There's a reason that I kept this question as a check mark to ask, because I don't care if you're a guy with $500. I don't care if you're Mike Owens with millions, tens of millions of dollars. At the end of the day, here's what I know. We all get this shit from our friends and family. Nobody believes. I don't care what your level is. Hell, I mean, and so go ahead, guys. I want everybody to answer this, because I think this is one of the most interesting and things that everyone needs to recognize. This is normal. Chris Moore, go ahead. If Chris Moore is not ready, let's go ahead and go with K HUD.
Yeah. I went out for a birthday dinner with my mom tonight. Happy birthday, Mom. And it was the same thing when I sat at the table. You know, Mom's like, "Oh, I'm so worried. You shouldn't have your money in that. It's so scary." And it's fine. You know, it's motherly love and concern for her son.
That's right.
But I also have another friend that I've been talking to, and he's getting into it, and he's just starting out. He's just got a few grand in it, and he's excited, and he's learning it, and I 3 years ago I was telling him about it, and now he's getting into it. And I said, and this is true. We're still early, Johnny. We're still early. And I told him the same thing, even though I've been in it for a while. And yeah, you're right. It's exciting. I have no. I'm not worried about where it's going. I'm not worried about. I can just see it. It's like, you know, there's no concern, and to walk around that with that confidence, even though all the trials and tribulations and everything we go through every day, because we're all in this every day. And really, sometimes you got to decompress and get away from it for your own health, everybody. But we're in a great place, man, and the future's bright. So, and I don't have. I'm going to consolidate a lot of my portfolio. Have an exit plan. Johnny talks about it. 6-8 Jay's talked about it. We've watched our money go up and go down. Learn from our lessons. You know, don't get hit on the head the hard way.
Amen, brother. Amen. And Chris Moore, I'm gonna go back to you. I'm gonna go back to Chris, and we'll go right over to DJ Jazzy and then Alan. Go ahead, Chris.
100%. I'd say that, you know, what you said and everything, and also the gentleman a couple people ago there, the one who's wearing the Merlin shirt there.
Yeah, Johnny Crypto.
Oh, Johnny Crypto.
Nice to meet you, man. How are you, brother?
Nice to meet you, my brother. Nice to meet you. That's how almost anything is, James. Just with me and you, we were, you know, touring and, you know, talking to people and doing this and that, and like, bro, look what everybody thought about what we were doing. You know, that's a scam. Oh, that's this. Oh, that's that.
Right.
You know, money's real. The support is real. People are flocking to it, but just like Johnny said, you know, when everybody and their mama's here, it's too late. It's too late. You already lost, whether you know it or not. So I'm all about it, brother. I'm all about it. This is the same movie over and over again. We are in the past looking at the future. We understand what's happening in the present, and everybody else think it's in the past. That's right. I just made that up.
Yep.
That it makes more sense than it sounds, but I promise you,
Just
we're in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. And this is exactly what it feels like. Feels a little weird, feels a little awkward, and it feels a little alone. Perfect.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to continue on. But you know what, Chris, you, Johnny Crypto, and K-HUD, when I hear you guys speak, it's almost like, let's scare the hell out of the people that in and keep everybody else from coming in. That's literally what it feels like the SEC is doing, right? You got everybody scared.
100%.
That's why K-HUD mom is saying what she's saying. She probably heard about the Sam Bankman-Fried story. She probably heard about some kind of scam or corruption. And so if you scare enough people, they're going to get to. So we all have somebody we lean on. So if they can get to our support groups and scare the shit out of us, guess what? They can control it all. Go ahead, DJ Jazzy.
Oh yeah, fear is the greatest motivator.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys. Okay, so I heard 6-8 say, you know, in 2017 when he got in, he was telling people about it and they were calling him crazy. And I was like, well, shit, I would have called you crazy too, but there's only one problem. I didn't get in until 2018. But I had been asking the question since 2015, and nobody could give me answers.
Wow.
And so the linchpin for me was that, you know, I called. We switched our internet service, and the guy that came to install internet. Sorry about the squeaky door. The installer of the internet was like, "Oh yeah, this is this, that's that, blah blah blah. There's this token called XRP." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." So he sent me down the rabbit hole, and I was all in right after that. And this guy from 2018 is still a friend of mine to this day. So being early is one thing, and it's crazy, but I already had it in my brain because I watched the .com thing happen, and I watched how it played out. and I watched all the documentaries about, AOL and, Ask Jeeves and all that crap. And so I understand just a little bit of how it worked. And I watched Shark Tank and saw what Mark Cuban did with not pets.com, the other one, streaming, basketball games and all that stuff. So I knew what the potential was. And so that's why I stuck with this one. And I said, I'm not going to let this go. And just before I wrap, I have a really, really good friend of mine whose dad got introduced to be a part of investing in rollerblades, and he never did it. And he regretted the crap out of it.
But see, before we go to Alan, let me say something about what you just said. Most of the times we miss it. We missed the .com bubble. No one called me or Johnny Crypto or any of you guys about Uber or Airbnb. When you miss it, you did. Or no one said, "Oh, Netflix is going to be coming out with these damn video cases on." It's like you just miss it. It's rare that something comes and happens, and you're like, "Holy crap!" and it changes everything, and then you get a second chance. Bitcoin did it. Now XRP is there, and that's exactly why it's being attacked. Go ahead, Crypto Navigator.
Alan,
you just led me right up to the perfect moment, man. I'm going to say 1, 2, and 3. So I'll give you a backstory of my history. My mom worked for eBay before they were ever public. Okay, all the auctions and stuff that they used to do, and all the antiques they used to sell online through eBay. Now, she made good money doing it back then. And she had the opportunity before they went public to buy the stock. And her boyfriend at the time told me, "Listen, man, I'm telling you, this thing's going to blow up. It's going to go public. It's a great app. They're going to start charging everybody. It's going to go do well." I bought like 5,000 shares, and I think you should, man. You got a paycheck coming or a tax return. Just put the money in. I'm telling you, you're going to do really well. I've been a scaredy cat my whole life up until I'll tell you the time. But let me finish story 1, 2, and 3. I missed out on eBay. Okay. Now, the same person I'm talking about knew Jeff Bezos' family member, told me to buy Amazon as well. Okay. Now, he went through an adoption curve, like we said. But the thing is, I could have got it so cheap, pennies, like a penny stock, folks. Okay. So I missed out on basically 2 opportunities, an Amazon, a eBay, and a .com error. Let's say I wasn't going to miss out on crypto. So when people tell you it's a scam, just look at history. Every time
they don't understand, they don't get it. Yeah, they don't get it.
Every time we've had these technology things, people realized that technology was going to happen.
Yeah,
but they were scared. So it's all about getting over your fear. And for me, my biggest thing for me to get over my fear, I'm going to tell you this while I'm leading up to a point. Okay. When the banks go down and there is no bank available, how are you going to get your money? This is what someone told me. Okay. How did they get their money? They got it through crypto wallets. The banks were shut down, folks. Everything was shut down. So when things do shut down, the only way in the future, because they set it up this way, will be a crypto wallet. I knew that. I was told that. And that's what got me over my fear, because I knew, first of all, technology was going to be adopted, whether I liked it or not. It didn't matter what I thought. This is going to happen, whether you or anybody else likes it. So I knew that. That's the embrace moment that got me over my fear.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell people.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to be in the future?
I agree.
That's
and that Amazon story, before we go to Crypto Tales, that Amazon story sucks, because I believe that was during the time that me and Mike both had car lots in California. And I remember somebody telling me, my personal story, someone told me about Amazon. First of all, you should never invest in something because your personal beliefs or what you like, or just like it, just if it makes sense. Right. And for me, I didn't like reading books. I like audiobooks. I thought the Kindle and everything tied into Amazon was stupid. And look where they're at now. So, I mean, dude, when you said that hurt big time.
Hey, Jay, if I can just say a really short story for all your listeners so they can learn from the mistake I made. So I actually bought and owned Amazon in 1997. Bought it around $17. It went up to 27. Made $10. I was a young kid, had 1,000 shares. I was happier than the pig and shit. And like a jerk off, I didn't have an exit plan. I sold it all. Didn't know what I was holding. Right? If I held it, well, I wouldn't be talking to you guys today. I'd be multi.
I wouldn't be talking to you guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't be here. Right? I would have had a different life. One thing I'm going to tell you all.
Yeah,
make sure you have an exit plan. An exit plan means take some profits, right, when things go up, but make sure you keep a bag, 30, 40, 50%, whatever, you hold on. Because when this technology takes off, like the adoption curve that you know, if you could, Jay, show that, you'll see that this will speculate and run now, but we're going to even have a massive run 10 to 14 years from now. Like you said earlier, most people won't hold it that long.
No, hell no.
You're going to sell it at $5, $6, $7, $8. That's fine. But if you hold 30, 40%, and then when we get to the $100, $200, $300 range, or where we end up, when we're going, boy, you're going to be happier than pig and shit, and you're going to have a shit ton of money. Don't make my mistake. Have an exit plan.
The biggest part of this, is mindset and patience. And just like someone said, not everyone has the money to hold on, but that's going to be one of the biggest regrets. And I think that's the issue that we're going to see this game. So many people will exit out sub $100, sub $10, sub $20, and that's very true. Go ahead, Crypto Tales.
Yeah,
man, you guys, all your stories sound like my story, but I'm gonna just keep it real simple, real easy. Take profits. Don't hold them hostage. Like, when you get that bag, man, take advantage of it, because I done left a lot of money on the table and felt terrible afterwards. So always know to get at least what you put in out of it, and then, you know, just ride the wave. But it's never going to be quick overnight. It's not going to be instant. So you definitely have to have patience for sure. But my story is, nobody believed it until I logged into my wallet and showed them the profits. So sometimes that's what it takes. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is going to say this and that about it, but until you show them, until something can physically show them that, you know, this is what it is, whether you go and do your research or, you know, do whatever, but just telling people, you have to show them, man. People want to see it. So,
and before we go on the mic, anything else you want to add to that, Tails?
Nah, that's it, bro.
And before I go on the mic, here's what I'm gonna tell you. It's not only understanding that people aren't supporting you, but I saw something earlier today, and that is, when it does happen, like in 2021, Johnny and all you guys, I can't tell you the amount of people that came out the closet that was trying to be new friends, like Drake said. No new friends, no new friends. Everybody was coming around. Celebrities were coming to my house. Everybody wanted to be around us. And it was such a prolific time. Me and my wife, you know, thought it was better than hitting the damn lottery. But what you got to understand is like you said, you got to take profit. You got to have a plan. I love Louis Jackson because he's so good about talking about taking some off the table, having a percentage that you hold on to long term. And guys, that's so important. Whatever you think you need, no one here wants to cash all out. And again, this is not financial advice at $10 or $20. And again, I said all out, because I don't know what's worse. Like I said in my video, to cash out at 5 or 10, and maybe that makes you $1 million. Maybe that makes you. But if you ever heard of the story of Victoria's Secret, where the guy sold his company, I think it was for $5 million or it was something like that, $500 million, and it became a $5 billion company. He killed himself because he couldn't live with that thing. Now, I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying you don't want that kind of regret where you have $1 million and it could have been 10 or 100, whatever. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, it's profound what XRP Nelson said. Actually, before you brought it up to make it a topic, you know, I take notes sometimes when we're talking about certain topics, and I had actually wrote down what XRP Nelson had said. And I think I'm speaking for myself, and I think I could speak for 6-8 a little bit on this. Is we've had some successes throughout life and started at a very low level and kind of built ourselves up. But unfortunately, a lot of your friends and your family's going to be your family, but a lot of your friends are going to change over time because what you have in common and your mindset is going to be a lot different. 6-8 said something earlier on his show today about if you're interested in something and none of your friends want to do it, go do it yourself. because then you'll meet people and you'll surround yourself with people that are have similar interests in you. And, you know, voila, here we are all on this platform together talking about something that our friends and family probably don't even want to know about. But, you know, and I usually, because I listen to your show all the time, 6-8, but I use I can use another one of your analogies about Bitcoin, and that resonates with me because about 2011, I had just came out of a hard time because, the financial crash around 2008, and I was restarting some businesses and collected some money together to start my business. Well, I had heard about Bitcoin back at that time, but I thought, just like XRP Nelson's friends and family, I kind of just thought it was a scam, and I'd much rather just get into what I'm doing and what I know at this particular time. So that's what I did. And, I've done great in business, but right now what I'm trying to do is get my time back, because you open businesses, you get your time taken away. So I would just say I'm just like Crypto Johnny said, I'm excited also because I know that I'm in the right place at the right time, based on the fact that we're not following the herd, and that, 6-8Jay's analogy, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Come on, that's on us. We see that crypto is being adopted. We have eyes, we have ears, we can see what's going on. And as far as some of these friends and family, they're going to be the same people that are asking you to help them with services. They're going to be asking you for loans. They're going to be asking you for things that, unfortunately, you're going to be in the position to have to say no to sometimes, because that's just life. But hopefully, we can maintain a family here and just have our similar interests and just ride or die together.
And I want to say this, piggybacking on what Mike said. There's two things. Number one is I love the humbleness that Mike has, because it reminds me of John Deaton in many ways, where he says, and I know Mike, that's my best friend, and Mike is a level where he makes a lot of money. But one of the things that me and Mike talk about a lot is he says, man, James, one day I want to own my freedom. And for me, crypto's provided me where I do my show, I play with my dogs, I watch TV, I do my show. I play with my dogs, I watch TV, I do my show. I play with my dogs, I watch TV, and I'm waiting for this goddamn bull market. Mike's deal is he's at auctions, he's buying this, he's going to CarMax, he's going to auctions, he's doing this, he's repoing cars. And so we have this conversation all the time where he'll say, James, man, like, you inspire me because I want the freedom. Like, I can make the money, but I want the damn freedom. I can't stop what I'm doing. So for those of you guys who heard what Mike just said, I love Mike's humility sometimes, is that's what we're chasing with this crypto thing. Your plan A is keeping you busy. You're making money to pay your bills. But that plan B is to set you free. So when you look at that comment about family and friends, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Here's the hard truth. I had to stop being around a lot of them, because misery loves company. Negativity sometimes is like cancer. So I've learned to distance myself. My best boy is Mike. My second best boy that I talk to is Chris Moore. My other friends are Johnny Crypto and all you guys that are on this show right now. That's literally because I had to put myself around like-minded people so that it kept my soul excited, it kept my soul fulfilled, and I knew. And that's why I do my show every day, because it's like a cup. It keeps me full, just like it keeps you guys full. It keeps me full, and there's nothing greater than being around people who are passionate about the same damn thing you are. And I can tell you right now, 99% of my family, they don't get it. They don't want to talk about it. If I bring it up, they say I got to go. And that happens to a guy who's living his best life right now. They don't want to hear it, because that's just how it is. Misery loves company.
Hey, Jay, there's something they should remember is you are the average of the 5 people you hang around with. That's number one. But to Mike's point, I want to say something that's really critical. Mike said something so important. He said, as you kind of shift away, you find like-minded people, you find new friends and new family. And he's so spot on. When I started getting into crypto and I got connected with the 3T Academy and Coach JV, some of my best friends now, and I started 3 businesses since then, all with folks from the crypto community, Mario, Abs, Jeremy, you know them all. Yep. All my best friends and all business partners. I've got friends for 42 years. My best friends. We've done nothing together. These guys, I've known them 3 years. I already got 3 businesses with them, right? So it's so amazing that when you bring like-minded, and it's great that crypto, in this case, brought us together to have this like-minded, and it's awesome. We have the best times together. We talk about everything outside of crypto too, but we can also talk crypto with each other, and it's fantastic. It's been a great, great time. Literally, because like I said, Mike, so spot on. You were so spot on from that perspective of you get new friends, and it's so fun to be around people that have like.
Johnny,
I agree.
What you just explained is as we get older and go from being in our 20s and 30s and then 40s and wherever we're at, is that we learn that meeting different people that are like-minded based on what industry you're in or whatever, then that develops better business relationships, which is why when you get in your 40s and 50s, that's when you make the most money in your life.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say to Mike O, we might need to talk because in terms of the automotive business, even though I'm in Atlanta and you're not, if there may be an interest if you're looking for something special, I might be able to help out with that. I'm not looking for anything, but if I can help, I'll help because you're attached to 6-8. You guys are boys, and
there you go.
6-8 has been a guy that his channel has been uplifting on many days, even though I don't chime in or in the chat, but I'm working and I'm like, you know what? I need to just persevere. So, Mike, if I can help you, we'll connect if you want. And if I can help, I'll help. No big deal.
I appreciate that.
So with that being said, guys, we got over 1,000. We're approaching 1,100 people right now live. Thank you guys all for being here. GDLT is back. Anything that you guys want to add before we get up out of here? The mic is yours. We'll start from Johnny, and we'll curve right back around the mic again. Johnny, go ahead, brother.
Hey, Jay, if I could, I just want to we were talking about before how to take advantage of the market as it's coming. If it's cool, I just want to share this. I don't know if we can share things on the show.
Absolutely.
Can you share that screen right there? I think it's important for everybody to understand. Look at this curve. Wall Street spent tons of money on this curve to understand your brain, my brain, and everybody else's brain on this show to understand how we react emotionally and how we're going to buy or sell things based on our emotions and how they move price action, right? Now, take this curve and go look at any crypto chart you want. And I guarantee you will see this in the last bull run and the bull run before it. This is what's going to happen with the price. It's going to go all the way up. And when you're at the euphoric moment and you still think it's going to keep going up, guess what? There ain't nobody left to come to the party. The elites already know this. Everybody's maxed out, fully leveraged. There's no more money to come in. Don't forget, the guys behind the scenes, they can see all the order. They can see what's going on. And you're going to keep thinking it's going up, and you're going to lose all your money because you're going to come on the backside. So I encourage all your listeners and everybody, guys, you ain't going to get the top. Don't try to get the top. Be happy to sell along the way up. If you sell at 3 or 4 points on the way up, you're going to feel a hell of a lot better than if you didn't sell at any points coming on the way back down. So that's my advice to you guys is understand this chart. This is how the markets work and put yourself in a position to have an exit plan. And don't feel bad if you don't sell at the top. It's okay. Most people don't. Just make money on the way up. You'll be very, very happy.
Yeah, I love what Frozen 06 says. The people around you should ground you. And if the people don't change, then change the people around you. That's for sure. Yeah, that's
absolutely.
A fact.
Hey, listen, they always say one thing, Jay. You want to beat the best? You want to be the best? You got to beat the best. Like you said, if you're the smartest guy in the room, guess what? You can't get any smarter. You need to start hanging out with smarter people. No question about it.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Whoever, I don't remember who's after Johnny Crypto. I missed where's that circle that guys? Who's up next? I had it on here somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're at an inflection point. I mean, we can all feel it. We're all vibrating together as far as where we're going. I mean, we all kind of know we're really at some breakneck point in this market. We've been talking about all these things tonight, but Bitcoin has been the leader right now, and we haven't even really felt the full effects of this even happening. This happening moment is a serious moment, but nothing is actually really catalyst moment to get us to the next 100K and then beyond. We generally will run with Bitcoin first and then altcoins after that. We really haven't had that blow off top. This is why BlackRock and all these institutions are buying up these assets. It's the timeline, everything they've really planned out, I think, is just coming into fruition. This is why we have this case stalling. The RLUSD hasn't rolled out yet because of the case. I mean, we're all witnessing these things, but when it does, we're going to have our moment. Just be patient. Just wait. Don't sell it. Okay. We've had several people come out and kind of give you hints to that, I don't know the guy right off the top of my head because I'm tired and I've been up all night. But you know, he already came out and said, "Don't f this up." He literally came out and said it like just like that. Okay.
Right.
You know, we got riddlers out there to keep people on track. You know, everybody knew this was going to be a long timeline. Stop getting putted out. I will be honest with you right on the stream. I'm freaking paycheck to paycheck, guys. I'll say it on stream. Paycheck to paycheck. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a guy that's above average. It sucks. So for those listening in the chat and all those listening to stream, it sucks. It's painful. Okay. It's painful to tell your family that you can't sometimes pay a bill or you get an overdraft, you know. I go through these things from time to time. I cut my salary in half. I had to leave a position. I ended up having an injury and, you know, re-injuring six discs in my body, six herniated discs. I go every day though, guys. And I'm paying the point to hang in there. You're gonna make it. God will make a way. Just have faith, be patient, and don't give up. You'll be fine.
God bless you, brother, and I appreciate your humility. That's huge. And I think we're going to go back to K-HUD. K-HUD, you're next, and then we'll go GDLT, then Jazzy, and then on up to Tails.
I'm kind of going to follow along what Johnny said, but I'm give a little spin on it. Everybody's got their own portfolio. We're all invested in something. This potentially could be the last, what we would call a speculative bull run.
Yeah.
Money is a tool. Freedom is a blessing. And if you can take off the table what you need to have that freedom, I mean, that's, I would say, common sense principle. And when you have that opportunity to, and everyone's different, everyone has their own portfolio, but when you have that opportunity to do what you need to do with that portfolio, take what you need, know what you hold, know what you sold, have a plan, and just be ready, because when it goes, it's mind blowing, and it really is. It can really, you know, it can be really something that you're not ready for sometimes if you've never been through it.
That's right. Facts. I love it. I love it. Next,
before somebody else goes,
go ahead quickly. Go ahead.
So I'm going to just add something else. The humility point here. You know, this is going to be the greatest testimony for those that are, you know, having trouble right now, whether they want to sell some crypto or not. Because, you know, if you are paycheck to paycheck, some of us had to sell some crypto. It's okay. But you know what? It'll be the greatest testimony to tell your family when you do make it and you do have those people come to you and ask you for help. They will trust you so much more for the pain that you had to go through to get to where you're gonna be, you know. So know that this isn't just about crypto. It's about the faith that you're gonna build and teach your family how to have here on out. Because you know what? People in the world are struggling. They're depressed. They have struggles just like you and I do. But you know what's encouraging is to have someone go through the struggle and be able to share it with them. Hey man, look, I went through the struggle. This is how I got through it. You know, they're going to be able to trust you so much more. You guys don't realize how blessed you are to be in the space and have this knowledge and have this perspective like we are getting osmosis. Some of us aren't even from a religious background, but believe it or not, you're growing faith that you never had before, if you're religious or not. You're getting faith by osmosis.
Well said, my brother. GDLT, go, brother.
6-8Jay, thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate you. Anytime you send the message, man, I'll try to jump on when I can. I appreciate it. You know, it's bear times. It's the bear cycle. It's wearing on everyone's patience. This too shall pass. It's just keeping our head in the game, staying level-headed, and not, you know, I mean, this is just what I'm doing. I'll never tell anybody what to do, but, you know, it's just trying to, we know that these digital assets are super important, that they're going to be the bloodline for AI and robots and machine-to-machine payments and everything like that. So I want as many before that actually starts becoming a big reality, and it's getting closer and closer. I mean, we went from talking to AI through text a year ago, and now we can send videos. They can make videos for us and everything. So this stuff's going quick.
Exactly. Yeah, that's dope. And I want to add on to that before I go into DJ Jazzy XRP guys. Look, here's what's so crazy with everything that we're talking about and all the things that we're saying and that comment about family not supporting everything else. And as long as I've been in this since 2017, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I don't know if Johnny Crypto or anyone else agrees with this. I'm more excited about crypto today than I've ever been. With all the chaos, with the appeal, with the fact that the election, it's almost like it's like a pimple. I don't want to be disgusting, but when you look at how this is all coming to a head right now, the election, the halving, the Ripple's case is pretty much over. And when it pops, it's like a pop with a spring attached to it. There's a spring that's been put down for about 5 or 6 years. And when that spring pops, or 4 or 5 years, when that spring pops, oh my God. So I'm telling you right now, I'm excited. I'm excited for people because as everyone here is saying, if you could just be patient, oh my God, life-changing opportunity is right around the corner. And hopefully you can hold on. Go ahead, DJ Jazzy.
Yeah. I just want to say, first of all, Jay, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. I know we kind of spoke about it briefly in earlier streams this week. Shout out to Mike O. Thank you. If I can help you, whatever I can do, I'll do it. Tails, thank you so much. Johnny, you bring a stream of clarity. Alan, as usual. Alan, you're a little long-winded, but the thing about it is every time you get long-winded, you say something with levity, so I appreciate you.
Facts.
GDLT, thank you. There's one guy in the bottom left corner on my screen. I don't remember who that is, but shout out to you.
K-Hud.
All right. Sorry, K-Hud. Damn, I talked to him on the phone. And shout out to everybody in the chat on all the platforms. I don't have much to add because everything I want to add, we've spoken about during this whole stream at 2 hours. So everybody keep the faith, keep your head down, stay focused, keep stacking if you can. And if you can't keep stacking, just don't hold your breath. Just live your life. It's going to happen.
Next person we're going to go back and go to Tails is Chris Moore. You jump back in. Go ahead, brother. Take it away. Any last final words for everybody that's watching, your feelings about the things that's been said? Your audio, Chris. Something's going on with your audio.
Bro.
You're muted.
He's muted.
Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Awesome. So not to sound like a broken record or anything, but we're in the right place at the right time. And this is exactly how people respond. This is exactly how people act. This is how funny people are about things when they just don't know. They're confused. They're not sure. Whatever. It's a big thing. It's hard for people to just kind of absorb that, right? The largest transfer of wealth that's ever it's gonna happen when they finally let this go. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, right? So they're gonna just stall as long as they can. So it's all right when they let that kite go. We gonna fly high. So it's all right. I'll take all the weirdness and all the stuff people say. And I had somebody the other day ask me, you still doing that thing or whatever, and it's the same person that forgot a year ago when I told him that I bought this Escalade with it. He's like, oh shit, that's real, right? And people are funny. And you think I felt like reminding him? No, yeah. I don't want, hell, I'll choose who will be in my circle with me. And he ain't got to be that, you know what I mean? So I said friend, it's loosely, but either way, it's do your thing, be right there. I don't even need an I told you so or anything else. I'll move in silence like lasagna with this thing. We'll or as silent as I can be. It's not like the neighbors won't see, but it is what it is. And I'm happy where we're at with this. We're with the right team, doing the right thing with the right family, right? So we're doing our thing.
And you remind me, Chris, a lot of times of the Motown movie Temptations. No, seriously, I want to say this real quick. Okay. When Otis Williams said he looked up and he saw the guys walk up to Motown, and he goes, oh my God, this is a special moment. This is it. And when I look at you guys right now, all sharing your story, I feel that way right now in the deepest parts of my heart that this is it. I don't know where people were at 8 years ago, 9 years ago, when Bitcoin was, or 10 years ago when Bitcoin was $100 or a couple few $100, and where maybe that group of people are at now who went through that journey. But I like to think in the next maybe 5 years, by 2030, we'll all be able to look back at these videos, which is a Rolodex of information, whether it's Good Morning Crypto or Crypto4Life or anything else, or Crypto Navigator Show, and we'll go back and embrace these moments when we had belief when no one else did, when we were in when everyone was talking shit, and we'll be able to look back at $100 XRP, $200, $300, $400, $500 XRP, and say, "Oh my God, we were the ones." Just like we're talking about the people in the early days of Bitcoin. Go ahead, Crypto Tales.
It's really that simple. Get you some crypto. This that new system. Get you some info. 20022 talking ISO. RLUSD is what I know. Read the crypto Bible. I'm the disciple. The innovation stifle. Communities are tribal. No other asset class is a rival. Moon mission soon. No time of arrival. Waiting for that low cap revival. The charge just shown. We follow the same cycle. They just got their money in the bank sitting idle. Crypto tells they're idle. Old friends and fam feel entitled. You already know it's going to happen, bro.
That's right.
Real
That's
quick.
Right. I love it.
Amen.
Shout out to you.
Amen. Well said. Amen.
Man, I got to start responding like him.
That's the anthem. You got to have a certain amount of swag to do that. I can't even do it. I can't even do
it. Tells had to come on my show and embarrass me, because if you guys tune into Crypto4Life 7 days a week, I try to flow. I'm like, yo, Six8Jay, my name is and I don't know the hell to say. So thanks for flowing on my show and making me look stupid, Tails. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
That's what good friends are for.
Hey, I always say, when everybody went down that little thing and God gave everybody skills, he said, okay, I'm gonna give you 6'8", I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but you can't sing and you can't rap. Damn it, I missed those two things. Go ahead, Michael. It's on you.
Yeah, you and Tails, you guys, you coordinated that one real good. You said I'm gonna let Mike go last, but Tails, you're gonna go right before him. And I wouldn't even try. I wouldn't even try nothing like that. Yeah. But basically, all I can say, you guys, is I definitely know I'm not the smartest in the room. So I appreciate being able to be here with you guys and learn from you guys and grow with you guys. The main thing that I see from my experience is that it's all about growth. I mean, and the main thing that I'm struggling right now is dealing with the emotions of the market. I've been holding on this whole time, hearing about the bull market coming, It's not even supposed to be here yet, and now I'm like, man, when is this gonna get here? But through life, I just realized that, you don't have to be the smartest person in the world. You don't have to be the smartest person in the group, but you do have to have discipline. Discipline is like the main criteria, in my opinion, for success. So I'm just holding on, and I'm trying to believe in myself, because it's easy to believe in 6-8J. It's easy to believe in people that have made it and done things. The problem is, you get to a situation where, do you really believe in yourself enough to stay disciplined and hold on? And that's where I'm at right now. I know that we're going to get to that point, but a lot of people want to validate how they truly believe, what they truly believe about themselves. So if you feel that you're not adequate, or you feel like you don't deserve, you will self-sabotage yourself. You'll say, I'm tired of this. I'm selling. I've even heard in chats, and I've heard through different channels that I listen to, people bailing out. So in my opinion, there may be one more drop before we actually rip, because there's people out there that are going to start doubting themselves. And I just plead with everyone from my experience and my personal growth in life, is you have to acquire the skills to believe in yourself, because that's the hardest thing to do, is continue to believe in yourself. And that's why I love having 6-8Jay as a friend, because he believes in himself for sure. So he definitely believes in himself. So I'm right there with him.
And what he said right there, Jay, if I can just say what he said, you just said, Michael, is so important. Yeah. That's the beautiful thing of these crypto communities that we're building. Jay and his family doing that, and what we're trying to do at the Academy, and us all coming together. It provides that place. We got so many people that are new and coming to the space, and they're scared, and they don't understand it, and they don't have nobody to talk to. So what are you going to do? You're going to sell, and you're going to get out. But when you have a community and a place where you can go to, where people you can talk to and trust, and get other perspectives of what the technology is, what's happening, it really does change the game. It really does give you a certain level of comfort to know, hey, yeah, I can talk to somebody about this. get a better understanding, and really learn what I hold. So awesome to hear you say that. And knowing that you got, in your case, your rock is Jay, right? He's there. So when you're feeling like,
Yes,
if he can pull you back, right? So important.
exactly.
I think what you're doing, building a community like this, so people have a place to come and to be able to talk and feel good about what they're doing, to validate that they're in the right place. Kudos to you, Jay. Freaking awesome. I'm always glad to be here. Love you, man. Love you like a brother.
No, love you too,
Hey,
my man.
guys, be careful what you fight for. If you fight for your limitations, you'll get to keep them. So be careful what you're fighting for.
Hey, that's a fact. And you know, the last
getting uncomfortable.
Hey, the last word I'm gonna say before I have everybody get out of here, and what I want you guys to do as you say who you are, please say where they can find you. For you, Johnny K, it's going to be Good Morning Crypto, Merlin, the whole night. So I want everybody to go around and let people know how they can connect with you. But the last word of the day is a word that's going to come from my queen, my beautiful princess. Or a queen, I guess I would say. I can't call a princess and a queen. But my better half, Jeanette, says people wait 65 years to retire. We can wait 5 to 10 years to be financially free. Be patient. And I think what I love about what she said is, you know, up until crypto, what was the game plan? Was the game plan trading time for money? Was the game plan doing just enough not to get fired? And they pay you just enough not to quit, just to retire on a percentage what barely got you by in the first place. So if someone came to me, and obviously I'm an entrepreneur, but if someone came to me and said, look, give me 3 to 5 years, do your research, have some patience, and especially right now, right this moment, what's getting ready to happen in the next, I think 2030 is the magic number. So I think over the next 3 to 5 years, are you willing to sacrifice and pay the price for an incredible life instead of waiting until you're 65 or waiting all those years? So what a great word from my wife. Appreciate that. So we're going to go around the room right now, guys. Whoever, again, this doesn't have to be in order, but whoever wants to just say, where can people find you? Just who you are, where can people find you really quick. I don't want to make any big stories, but where people can find you at and connect with you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I want to do this every week. Today is Friday, so I might do this every Friday, guys, with the same group. I love it. It's amazing. And let's do it. Johnny Crypto?
Let me go first. My battery's dying. I'm going to be dead. My phone's dead.
Go ahead.
Crypto Navigator on Wednesday night. I'm gracious for you having me on, James. You come on my channel on Wednesday. I love when you're on, bro. You just bring great energy. You're real. I mean, you made it in the world already. Maiko as well. You have an amazing friend. I would love to have a mentor and a friend. Like, you guys collaborate together and just become like one. Like God made like a man and a woman, but as friends, as a community, as a network. That's kind of what we're building here.
Yeah. I appreciate you.
Like-minded individuals that get me to the next level. So thank you for letting me be on this platform and like sharing the love that you guys actually have. It's great, man. I can't even express.
I appreciate your heart, Crypto Navigator, and thank you so much. And I don't want to make this funny, but when you say you want to bond with me, I just have to make sure you repeat no diddy. Okay, let's keep it going. I'm sorry. All the stuff like that, you got to make sure you elaborate on that, brother. That's all. No, I love you too, man. I appreciate you, and thank you for your humility and your heart. Who's next?
DJ.
I'll go real quick. Michael, I stay in the shadows, you guys, so it's real clear cut on that. But if anybody ever needs to get in contact with me, then 6AJ will relay a message to me. But I'd rather stay in the background and just listen, observe, and learn from you guys. I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you too, brother. Much love, Mike. Much love.
Let DJ go real quick. I just want to say you can't really find.
I gotta go, Mike. Didn't mean to cut you off. I'm dying, so it's gonna go black anyway. So sorry about that. You guys have a great night.
Later, Alan.
See you guys.
Yeah.
No diddy.
Alan, that's my homie.
No diddy.
We talk on the phone every couple days. Anyway. You can't find me on social media because I'm not really there except as a moderator on YouTube channels and in the crypto space. But if you're really looking for me at Dizzy Heli Cam, all one word, on Twitter, because I used to fly remote control helicopters with cameras on them back in the day.
Oh,
so that's how you find me.
Nice.
That's I'm out.
I love it.
Yo, real quick, I go by Crypto Tales, the dude who be on 6AJ show. He be playing the song
every day.
I appreciate you having me on, bro. It's been real, man. I appreciate all the knowledge you guys give us, man. It's great information, and a lot of people is benefiting off of it. And we love what you're doing over here. Shout out Chicago Coin. Shout out everybody in the chat. And I'll catch you in LA for the premiere at XRP Unleashed, bro.
And just so what Tails just said, Tails doesn't pay me. He's just one of those ones. He's him, and his music is profound, and it speaks volume. When you listen to something, and it talks about the past, the future, the past, the current situation, the past, the current situation, and the future. And I hear things that he says that plays out. That's why that's my favorite song, and we'll continue to rock it. Go ahead. Who's next?
Well, I'm going to dip out too. I'm going to make a statement that I said. I actually texted in your chat on the show earlier today. Time is just a man-made concept. Resilience to achieve a goal is unmeasurable and can offer the same in wealth. So remember that.
Right on.
I love that, K-Hud. Much love, my brother. Anybody next? Anybody can take it.
Real quick. I just wanted to say to Tails, when he said real quick, I coined that phrase years ago.
But even with that, no, real quick, no Diddy. All right, anybody else?
Take that.
Anybody else?
Hey, thanks for having me on, brother. You can follow me, Johnny Crypto with a K, 00 on X. You can also check out our show every single day on Good Morning Crypto on the 3T Academy channel every day at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And if you want to create an exit plan, go to Merlin, go to www.merlincrypto.com, bring all your crypto in place. And we not only do we help you track all your crypto, but we have a beautiful piece in there where you can create an exit strategy and get alerts when it's time to sell, so you don't get wrecked on the downside.
And that part is big. If you guys haven't checked out Merlin, the fact that if you don't know what to do, and you can have an app that teaches you and shows you and guides you on what to do, guys, it's in your best interest to go check out Merlin. Guys can connect with Johnny Crypto directly, Abs, any of those guys. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I've been busy with all this movie stuff, but it's something I'm very, very passionate about, and I'm gonna do my best to help those guys with it.
Can't wait to get you out, bro. When you're ready,
absolutely, brother. Absolutely, brother. I got you, man. Much love to you, and I appreciate you being here. Who's next?
Yeah, Johnny's good.
I'm Chris Moore. Chris Moore on Facebook, Instagram. It's a pretty common name, but you'll be able to find me, hopefully. And if you can't, then reach out to 6AJ because he got me on everything.
And Chris Moore is amazing, dude. If you guys ever want to be inspired or just need someone to talk to, life coach. I know he offers his service. He coaches people around the world. He's been on some of the biggest stages around the world with me. Phenomenal guy. Thank you so much for being on, Chris. I don't know who is there anybody else that we missed, or everybody spoke?
I think everybody spoke.
Guys, I appreciate you guys. Tune in next week. We almost have 1,200 people here. Much love live. I appreciate you guys in a major way. It's your boy James, aka Six8Jay, Johnny Crypto, Chris Moore, Mike O, Crypto Tales, DJ Jazzy, Crypto Navigator, K-Hud. Everyone's been here. Appreciate you guys. Crypto4Life Chicago. We're out. Until next time. Peace.
Peace.
See you in the next one.
All right, guys. Stream has ended.